Hi. My mum's been and gone, so I thought I'd come on for a coffee chat because I'm tired. Hi. And I've not been on YouTube much, but I've heard a few things, so I thought I'd come on and talk. Hello. I've just put some incense sticks on and they smell really nice. Hi. And these are Angel's Touch. They smell really fresh. They smell like baby talcum powder. They smell really nice. I think I got a set of them. I forgot that I had them. You know when you buy stuff and you forget that you've got stuff? And I was like, oh yeah. Sort of goes with Halloween really, because oh yes, I'll be talking about that in a minute. These smell really fresh, and then I've got these that I've not tried these, but forgot I had them, but sort of fits into Halloween coming up because I've not used these before, but the name's on them. Demon's Lust, which smells quite nice. We've got Fairy's Mist, which they smell quite nice. These smell quite nice. Seeing as the names are a bit, you know, they're quite nice. Anyway, I've got Witch's Curse. Hi. I know the writing's back to front. And they're nice. These are all quite fresh smelling scents. Dragon's Fire. I can't smell that one. It's not open. I just thought, oh yeah, I've got all these Joss Sticks and I forgot about Anna Vampire's Kiss. Which actually smells quite fresh as well. It's quite nice. Yes, well, I'll talk about that in a minute because I was going to an appointment today and I'd just like to say my mum's been bearing gifts as she normally does. Chocolate for the kids, and then I get, every time she comes, I get a new pair of slippers. Though I said I hate boot slippers because I get too hot in them. Yeah, I'll be talking about that in a minute. I've not looked at any videos yet though. And they always end up getting on my nerves. And I chuck them out. And then she gets me a new pair. These are quite nice, but my feet are quite cold at the minute. But they just, I don't know what it is with these. They just get my feet too hot. I don't like it. But they are quite cold tonight. She also brought me scourers and cleaning cloths because that's what my mum likes to give you for gifts. I'm surprised that's not what I get for Christmas because she just loves cleaning. And she said that she's aching all over from cleaning my sisters because she's gone away. And it's like, Mother, we don't ask you to do it. You don't need to do it. Calm down a bit. But she doesn't listen. Like they don't. But what I did notice today before I get talking, no, she didn't, was in my area, I normally walk around with my eyes open, but I didn't actually notice these, and I don't know how I didn't notice them. Oh, 85 degrees, because they were about this big. They were like this big, and I was so happy with what I saw today because I don't think I've seen this before, and I'm so glad they're doing it. Like Remembrance Day and all that, veterans and everything. We've got, in England we wear poppies. Some people are offended by it, but it's like, oh well, get used to it. It's coming back in a big way because these poppies were massive and they've all been tied to lampposts. In my area, I don't know when they went up, I didn't notice, I only noticed today. And I was like, oh wow, they're like everywhere. Then I went to the shopping centre near me because I had an appointment somewhere and they're all over there as well. And I thought, brilliant. They're not just tiny little things like we buy the little poppies to wear. They were massive, higher, they were massive, all tied to lampposts and everything. So they're right in your face. And so they should be remembering the fallen and our veterans and, you know, symbolising really to me veterans all over the world, especially after we know the truth about stuff. So I thought, anyone offended? Oh well, you know, poppies. A poppy, you know the red flower, a poppy. We have them in England. And we wear like a poppy badge, you know, like Remembrance Day sort of, is that what we call it over here? You know, for our veterans and stuff. So we wear them when the time comes up. Yeah, exactly. Stuff the lefties so they can get stuff because them poppies are massive. Like I said, they were about this big and they've been tied to lampposts and everywhere. So I don't know if anyone from the UK, if you've got them in your area, up north, where I am, in my area, they've got them where I live, just down the road and all around the shopping centre. So I thought, brilliant, that is ace. Ah, that's good. Oh, good. Well, also, oh, that's my mother. She's probably telling me my sister's, but she's going to have to wait now. She'll probably ring back again in a minute. I also noticed, oh no, because I went for this appointment today thinking it was at 11, got there and realised it was like quarter past one. So I spent, a bit of time wandering around the shopping centre, which bored me to death, by the way, because I'm not really into shopping that much now. And I just took myself in Primark just to have a look at what they've got in there. Just nosy, like window shopping. Didn't really see anything. Um, Wasting time. I thought I'm going to have to get myself a coffee because I didn't have breakfast or dinner. I didn't know I was going to be there that long. Luckily, I'd sent my youngest to my friend. And then I went in a charity shop, brought something in there, and also brought this book because I thought, what am I going to do for, till that time? Hi. So I don't normally read Stephen King, but I brought this Stephen King book. I know the writing's the wrong way around. I don't know if anyone's read it, called Stephen King, Bazaar of Bad Dreams. I thought, it's probably a bit, but I thought, I'll just go and sit on a bench, have my dinner, drink a coffee. Because my friend said, why don't you just go in McDonald's for a bit? I was like, I don't think so. I'm not going in McDonald's. A woman who doesn't like shopping, Jesus. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'll shop online for a few things, crafty stuff, but I'm not into shopping as much as I was when I was younger because I'd rather go in a charity shop sometimes. It just doesn't bother me like it used to because it is basically, they just want you to consume all the time, don't they? And then women have the wardrobe full of clothes that they never wear. It says on the back of the book, I've made some things for you. You see them laid out before you in the moonlight. But before you look at the little handcrafted treasures I have for sale, come a little closer. I don't bite, except I suspect you know that's not entirely true. I was like, sounds intriguing. I thought I'd get a bit of a weird book this time. So I've got that and was reading it while I was waiting to go to my appointment. Sat on a bench, and I was also thinking at the time, oh, I wish I'd have put my little thing in my bag. Not that I knew I was going to be, a couple of hours, but, I was talking about this pencil case or makeup bag or whatever it is. If I'd have had a bit of paper in there and a pen, I could have doodled. But I did have a pen in my bag and a receipt, so I was sort of doodling on the back of there just for something to do. I thought I could have sat here drawing buildings because I was actually looking at the buildings thinking, oh, I've never noticed them shapes before. When you actually look around you, I've never noticed that before. That's an interesting shape. That's what I was thinking. And it's my mum, and I'll just have to get rid of her again. She's going to have to wait. Yeah, well, that's why I also got the book Stephen King, because I thought, let's see what he's saying in his book. Because, yes, there is buried truth in Stephen King, but I thought I'll read it. What do you mean? Are you on your way? Yeah, I was just like, oh, yeah, interesting shapes, and I could have sketched this, and then I could have, I'm just like, I've just got so inspired off people on YouTube as well. Someone who's taking pictures and then she's painting what she sees. Talking about painting, because we all know I like to paint faces. Hi, I got this book today. It's a bit like an early Christmas present because I think I got this last year for an early Christmas present, but it was a different book. If anyone knows about Jane Davenport, the Whimsical Faces, because mine are like Whimsical Faces, and that's an artist I do love. I saw something the other day and thought, oh, the Book of Fabulous Figures, because I'm not brilliant at drawing figures. I'm all right, and I thought I do like a whimsical look, so I treated myself to, I know it's the wrong way around, the Whimsical Figures. Things are falling out of the book that I didn't know were there. Brilliant, what have I got? Oh, I've just got a bookmark. That's good for my book. A free one in this book that I didn't know was there. Let me see. Because I do love these sort of paintings and stuff. So I treated myself to that, and I'm going to look at that in bed later. A bit of a nosy. So that was good. What was we all saying then? Stephen King is such a... Yeah, well, I'll be reading that book after. But, so that was today. Oh, no, then I went to a friend's house to pick my son up. And she had a load of friends round. And then there was a girl there that used to be my youngest son's teacher. And we were having a bit of a chat, and she was talking about something about her husband, so I won't go into that. And then she was sort of saying, but you know what, I've been so positive this week, and things happen for a reason. I went, of course they do. I said, I'm into all that. And she went, yeah, do you know about Gender 21? I went, what? I went, yeah. I said, do you know about Q? She went, no. I said, do you like Trump? She went, actually I do, but I just don't say that at work because, you know. And I went, do you? She went, yeah, he's great. I went, oh, you need to find out about Q. And she was talking to me, and I was like, and my friend, who's normally a bit, I think she thinks I'm nuts, she was like, do you know? I said, see, it's not just me. She went, oh, I advise you though. She said, you seem very, she said, don't go in too many rabbit holes because it can depress you, because it depressed my husband for about a good 6 months. I went, been there, got upset, beginning of the year, sucked it up, got, know what's going on, even though it's awful, some of it, reined it back in, and then we do it because we need to do it for the future. So that was interesting. Waking up the masses, way to go. Yeah, like, she knew of stuff. She even said it's all brainwashing. She went, I don't even watch telly. I went, neither do I. But I said, you need to see about Q and see what you think about that. It was so nice for me meeting another person. Yeah, well, my friend, because my friend went, no, I don't think you're nuts, but she still watches the TV and she watched the royal family and all that. And I was like, oof, don't talk to me about them. So that was that. That was quite interesting. It was nice to see someone else awake. And she went, oh, do you know? I went, yes. Then, obviously, I came on before and everyone was talking about, because I haven't been on the internet for a couple of days, I've been trying to do some art stuff and just having a bit of a break. You know, IQ was having a bit of a break. And then I hear about the packages, Soros, the Clintons, Obama, CNN, but I believe the false flags, I haven't seen any videos on it yet, but me and my dad were talking, is that what it is? Is it false flags? Because they're trying to make out that the QAnon conspiracy theorists or the Trump conspiracies or whatever are doing this sort of stuff to make us look bad, when us on this side don't do stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of people have been woke for years. Some people haven't they? Turning the TV off was the beginning of, exactly, it was Tony Blair. What, who sent the packages? I don't know. Someone said, well, they're saying they might have been explosives because they're making out they might have been dodgy packages, but we don't know. But I've heard that it's the left, whoever you want to say, you know, that side, the Democrats, making out on the news that this is what's happened. But are they just saying that because they want to make Soros' son wrote a... Yeah, is it because... Yeah, exactly, blaming Trump. It's lies, it's a false flag to make the people who are believing in, you know, supporting Trump, or on the QAnon conspiracy theories, they like to call it, that these are what these sort of people do. No, this is what you lot do, and you're mirroring yourself again, trying to put blame on other people and trying to make out that people who are trying to stand up for the right are bad people, and then you're putting it in the news, obviously, because we know in mainstream media what side they play, so you are going to say that. Oh, it makes me laugh. Yeah, fastest op-ed written in history. Doesn't have the same punch that it used in the... No. Then the caravan trying to start civil war. That caravan won't get anywhere. It's like my dad said, they've got all these people coming in, they reckon are walking. They're not walking, because the videos of they've seen them been bussing in, getting on coaches and buses. Where would they be getting all the food from and all that? It would take them days and days to get there. Also, did Trump say... There's a hurricane coming. I think there's a bit of a storm coming again that's going to sort of blow these people off sort of where they're coming. You know they ain't going to get there. Yep, Soros, Clintons, Obama, CNN, Brennan and Wiseman. Yep, Q is part of the script. Yes, well, Q, Trump and Q work together with the JFK Jr., all in the same group, team. Plan. Someone is finding the whole thing. Maybe, oh yeah, Julian Assange of emails in hard copy being delivered, or boom court documents. Yeah, oh, I also saw, I don't know if anyone's come across it, there was politicians in Australia, if anyone saw the video going around YouTube, stood up, we need more people like this, and called that it's got to stop about paedophilia and all this abuse that's been going on in Parliament and this, that and the other. And they actually stood up and said this in the houses of what their Parliament thing is. In Australia, more people need to stand up like that. It's a shame Theresa May can't stand up. Also, Theresa May, I don't watch the news, but I went past the newspaper rack the other day in Morrison's and I was like, oh, does it look like they're saying about Theresa May might be getting fired or walking because something about these letters, 35 letters that someone's been writing. I thought, you know you're going anyway. And a snippet about Merkel as well. I thought, yep. Also, Tommy Robinson. I saw the other day they were doing the marches and there was loads of people there because it's great. Not that they'll ever report that on mainstream media because they don't. But they played the song and it was just a little clip that I saw. He was smiling saying, you know, he won't forget. We heard this song before when he was in, was the Hallelujah. But instead of Hallelujah, they sing, I don't know if anyone's seen it, it's Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. And I can't sing that bit. How they rule you, not hallelujah, how they rule you, because you know all these elites have been ruling us. But that was a Tommy song, which I've heard before, which was great. So all this stuff's going on. Farage baby. Always loved Farage from the beginning. Some people were like, no, I don't really like Farage because he never said anything about Tommy. I think there was a reason he had to stay biased on that, but the reason is he is friends with Trump. He did a speech the other day, sounded a bit Trumpified, meaning a bit of a good speech like Trump. Also, he's been having dinner in Brussels, in France, with Steve Bannon, the one who did the documentary Trump at Wars. So that makes you think, things that make you go, That's all I think anyway. My little brain's going round and I'm thinking, is there a plan? Of course there is. Has there been a plan in ages? Of course there is. Yep, there's a script on TV. The script on mainstream media is they play along to a script for the sheeple. But us who know, just don't watch it because we know it's scripted. It's a movie playing out in front of us. Yeah, well, Hallelujah. You've got the song Hallelujah, but someone changed it when Tommy Robinson went to when he went in. You know, when was it, months ago now in prison? You know, for all the stuff. Someone brought a song out and changed it to How They Rule You because it goes with it, doesn't it? Like Hallelujah, but now it's How They Rule You, How They Rule You. Sorry, I can't sing, but that's what they changed it to. Everyone needs to watch Europa, what is it, The Last Battle? Yeah, I haven't seen it, but there's all these things going on. Yeah, just go read it. Yeah, I'm honestly shocked that the MSM is actually pushing this caravan agenda. I don't think many Americans are for. They're not. I don't think a lot of Americans are falling for it. You know it isn't going to happen. I think there's a, you know. Yeah, read it online now. Do you mean the Hallelujah song? Hallelujah. Yeah, there are liberals that want the caravan to come. It's really ugly because they're not about. You know what I mean? When you don't get told the right thing, but it ain't going to happen. Our leaders are criminals. Saudis and Yemen kids die. Well, Saudi, Trump mentioned them, didn't he, the other day? You know, he does mention little things, and he also mentions Soros, but we all know he knows because he's part of the Q team. So, we've got told Q, they know everything. The Q team know everything about everything, all over the globe. They've got everything on everyone. That's why Theresa May will either do she's told or she'll walk or get fired because she's been told off Trump when he came over, when she met him, what they know about the what's it, visa, the treason and the act of war that UK have done, you know, and all the other countries. Maybe Julian Assange is going to drop. Yeah, and I think big things with Julian Assange. There's so much stuff. I think the lefties forget they've got everything on everyone and everything in every country. That's why they said they're leaving Israel for last. And I don't mean the people, I mean the regime, because I saw a video a bit ago where the blue star, I'm not saying this is true, I'm just saying it's what I saw. The blue star of Israel, is it the blue star on the flag, was actually way back. It goes back to the, anyone want to take a dig at what they might think it was? These people are from England. Does anyone see a resemblance between Saddam Hussein and Venezuela? Yeah. The caravan. was funded to kick off civil war. Yeah, of course it was. Well, it's like over here with what's going on with us and different things that are being funded by Soros, obviously, with all these boats and people on it. The flag of Israel, apparently that star was red at one point, and somebody's, was it seal crest or something? Apparently goes back to the Rothschilds. And we know one of them triangles is Saudi Arabia, Rothschild, and Soros. And then you've got that big family, the Pacers, I don't even know what the name is. So, Rothschild, funny that. Thank you. But, yeah, I can't say it right. Also, there will be a human bridge to stop the caravan. Some families went back because bad gangs are following the human bridge. I think, you know, I mean, he could send military in. There might be a fake little sort of storm they might push that way. That might just clear all them people moving back, you know. You know something will happen. Don't know what it is, though. Peso, I think, is how he's... Yeah. I'm still seeing a lot of things about alienos and disclosure, and I was watching... I want to know what people think. Tell Kellyanne the name Todd in the old world means fox. Oh, and red-headed toddler, which translates to laddie. Oh. David Wilcox, if anyone watches him on, used to be on Gaia but has moved away from Gaia because I think people have got in there that are trying to shut things up. Apparently, I've heard. Hillary sent those packages to us. Yeah, she probably did. Because they're trying to make out that they're getting, you know, this hate sort of thing, this, and it's not. It's just their little games of them. Because that's the sort of thing they do. So we know they always reflect, mirror what they do to trying to make, you know, Trump look bad or the Q movement look bad. The people who are in the right, and it's not in the right of left and right. It's the people who are no right from wrong, basically. Yeah, they're playing the victim because they have got no other cards to play because they know they haven't got much to play with, really. It's projection. Exactly. Hi. So the David Wilcox thing, I was watching a video about him the other day and I told my dad to watch and he was like, I don't know because there's lots of comments in there, bad comments. I went, yeah, but what he was saying, he even actually mentioned Q in his speech about all the presidents of the United States years ago, Ronald Reagan, like I've said before. Yeah, they are going to blame Trump. Of course they will. Of course they're going to blame Trump and Q because they want people hating on that now, but we know the truth. Ronald Reagan, Kennedy, and he even said that's why he believes another reason why Kennedy got killed was because he wanted to bring out the disclosure of the Greys and extraterrestrials, whether people believe that or not. And I was like, and he even mentioned Q, and he said there is a movement, blah blah. And I was like, but the thing is with him, some people might not like him. David Wilcox, whether he's real, fake, whatever, because people were writing comments, but they will anyway. I think he speaks the truth. And you've got to remember, it doesn't matter if people are lying or not lying. There's always a snippet of truth about any of that, even the ones who are trying to distract us. There's still truth about extraterrestrials, and I've seen stuff in the sky anyway. So it's a bit like, yeah, but we know. So, you know. But I believe he's talking truth, even if some of it might not be. But, you know. Yeah, the FBI might do the job, and then they're going to look stupid if they do, then, aren't they? The alien agenda's real. Oh yeah, I believe it's real, but I'm just saying it's very hard in the community of the alien. What would you call it? YouTubers. I'm not distracted. Callum, I'm not distracted. I've seen things in the sky. You can only really tell if you've been there yourself. No one can really say for sure what's the truth and what's not the truth unless you've actually been there or whatever, because at the end of the day, we've all been lied to, and that is a fact. You know, I've seen things in the sky, so I've seen things in the sky. I don't know what they were. I'm not saying they were extraterrestrial, but they looked a bit odd to me. Yeah, and there's loads of shills and there's loads of trolls, and even I think even the people that are putting out disinformation, there's truth in disinformation as well. You can't stop a load of people around the world talking about the same thing. They've seen certain things. Yes, they were trying to put Project Bluebeam out and this, that and the other. But I believe a lot of that's to say, oh, look, it's Project Bluebeam, it's not real, there is no aliens, so we'll just pretend, so then you all think it's not real. Well, there's too much evidence. There's too much evidence. Yeah, but what does that mean, Callum? You'd die on the spot, as in knowing what the truth is about aliens and how they're here and they've always been here and how it's been back from like ancient civilization. Maybe we're made by them, maybe we're the workers. I just think outside the box. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered if we were made. Some people's going to think that sounds whack, but at the end of the day, we just want to know the truth. Some people will die on the spot because some people are too into religion as such is where they won't believe it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So how am I a nutter if I'm saying the Anunnaki? They say the Anunnaki are supposed to have created us. Why am I a slave? Are you a slave? Are you off this planet? You're not a slave if you try and work against the system. We've all been enslaved. That's what Kanye was saying, you know, with the system. But I do believe there's a massive awakening. You can't be enslaved if, you know, we're all waking up to the fact that we've all been lied to and this, that and the other and controlled. That's what they were scared of years ago because the workers, I don't know if this is true, mining for gold and all, they all took a stance, didn't they? When people know the truth and they start standing up and seeing right through you and all the lies and people start standing up, there's not much they can do because there's more of us than there is of them. I don't think Kanye's a shill. I don't think he is. But that's just me. You might think he is, I might think he's not. If he comes out and he's a shill in the end, oh well, I'll come on here and say he is. But at the end of the day, I see him talking truth. He's talking about love and light. He's talking about being positive. Because he was in Hollywood and he was a singer and he was MK Ultra or whatever you want to say. He wasn't free then. That's why he's broke away from all that. That's why they hate him, because he loves Trump. He's a Trump supporter. They hate him because he's broke away from all that. It took him 1.5 years to come out and say what he said because he was scared. But in my eyes at the minute, he may be a bit of a show, but he is woke. But I like him. I vibe with what he's saying at the minute, so that's all I'm saying. You know, people can be from that side. It's like you've seen people in America, these Hollywood actors who we know don't like Trump, and we know why, these elites. But some of them have had mind controlled. Some of them have been blackmailed with the families. Some, you know, they're scared. Some of them are from the elite family. Some of them have been, you know, they're not bothered. They've sold the soul. All that sort of stuff. And Kanye is mind blown about the truth. He is mind blown about the truth. Once you know the truth, like I said, once you red pilled, said this to the friend today, I said, they're going about the Matrix, the blue pill, red pill, everyone laughs at you. What are you going on? We live in a Matrix. Like, reality's not real. It's not how you think it is. It's not, the world's not run how you think it is. When I found out a lot of stuff, and I was literally crying for nearly a month, like, oh my God, I can't believe this about the kids, can't believe this about everything. All the conspiracies and this, that and the other, what people say conspiracies. I was like, oh my God, why did I get onto this? Why did my dad put this? Oh God, I wish I could take the blue pill. But then I thought about it and thought, no, I don't think they will do. He's got a bit of protection there this time because Q Team's winning. So is Trump. Protection. They've tried to kill Trump off about 10 times. It hasn't happened. And I just think, I forgot what I was saying now. What was I saying? January what? What in January? And I just think, I don't want to take the blue pill. I'd rather know. As horrible as it's all been, I'd rather know. 10 months of YouTube, what are you talking about, Callum? I haven't just been awoke from January when I found out about Q. I've been very off with stuff for years. I stopped watching TV about 5 years ago because I just felt like something was off, you know, the Great Awakening that's happening. Something didn't feel right about the news. I was sick of hearing about the news, so I stopped watching the news. Gradually, I stopped watching TV. I knew something was off. It didn't feel right. I kept thinking, why is this happening in the world? Why are people starving? Why have we still got wars? What is going on? I don't understand it. Why do we all work ourselves to the bone? Why are we all working to then retire to near enough drop dead? Blah, 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 blah. What, the Great Awakening after 2012? You need to elaborate on what you're saying, Callum, because you're not saying much. What about 2012? The Great Awakening from 2012? Me? I don't know. I've always felt off because as a child, I've always felt a bit different. I've always got told, oh, your head's in the clouds, hence the name of this channel, Dolly Daydream. Oh, your head's in the clouds. Oh, you're a bit of a dreamer because I'm a Pisces. We are like that. I'm a bit like a day, doesn't feel right. You know, I believe in all the daft little things like fairies, this, that, and the other, and spirits, and I've always been like that. Something didn't feel right. And then I find out all this other stuff because my dad was like, if you really want to find out what's going on, look at this. Then it was like, oh my God, this is bigger than I thought, but still, I get it, and I can believe anything that's being said on it, you know. Yeah, thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, a lot of people said the Great Awakening happened around 2012, but it was a shift. Bye. I just always felt like I just don't understand why the world is the way it is, and we shouldn't always be fighting, and races shouldn't be fighting against each other, and religions, you know, like it says in the Q movie. That to me was like, why are people always looking at colour? Why? I don't get it. Why is there starving people around? We shouldn't be like that in this day and age. If we've evolved and we know certain stuff now, this, that, and the other, why is it like this? But then when you get woken up properly, it's like, oh, I know why now. Because they've made it this way, so we don't get on. We fight. The wars are man-made. This, that, and the other. Geoengineering, you know, food, all this stuff. Yeah, the satanical crap and all this that they've done to keep us fighting, keeping famine in different areas, this, that, and the other. All this stuff going against us to all control us and depopulate the planet as well. The Mandela effect, yeah, and the Mandela effect's a big thing as well. What's the big question? Why? What's the big question? But you know, I will think right outside the box. I said to my mum today, I said, oh, you know, if the disclosure on aliens and this, and she went, well, why does it matter? It doesn't matter if there's an alien, there's an alien. I went, Mum, yeah, I think that, like, you know, but I do think it's important about everything, because I think whatever, we should be told the truth. Yes, there's going to be people that don't like it. Some people are probably going to have a heart attack because some people are so fixated on certain things like religion. I mean, when they're really into it and they won't think outside the box, like, what if God is something different? And I saw this on Biased on the Fence, if anyone watches him, the other night, where I can't remember who I had on, and they were talking about like God, but he was talking as in the what was the word he used? You know, the creator that created it in a totally different way. I'm not really bothered. It's just like, let's be told the truth. So I see God as in that sort of thing. Some people see it different, but I'm not saying it is that, but if it is, some people aren't going to like it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's sometimes maybe you've got to start thinking outside the box, because certain things came to us to control us and keep us from the truth. I do not believe in aliens, but there are extra. Well, it depends. Guess what? Some people say aliens are. Some people say it's the Anunnaki, the fallen. It says on the key map, the ones who fall from heaven or the skies. Maybe that's what people thought. Angels were angels. Alien angels. We are creators. We just don't know. Yeah, we are creators. We are. When people say, "Oh, you can't say that, you're a god." Well, if we all come from the Creator God, if that's what you want to call it, and God is in everything and everyone, and you know, all that sort of stuff, we're all one, then everyone has a bit of God in them, because we are all our creators of our reality. But that's just how I think. I'm not saying that's true for you, but that's my reality. Interesting how your vids always get dragged into the alien realm. Do you know why? Because the stuff that I follow has that in it. And if you read, yeah, everyone is intuitive. Everyone's got intuitive. We were born like that basically, but the things that we have around us now and the controlling takes it all away. We're told that we're not as powerful as we are. The ones in, you want to say, the elites, Illuminati, they know this because they use it, but it was hidden from us. It was hidden from us to know our true power. Yes, they are in the Bible. There are things in the Bible. It's like I said, Behold the Pale Horse, the book with, is it William Cooper, talks about all that sort of stuff, talks about the silent war that we know about, either alien, yeah, I will. And it talks about the movie E.T. By Steven Spielberg, who got told, who made the first, what I think it was Reagan, I'm not sure who saw the first, you know, when it first came out, that movie, before it came out to everybody else, and he actually apparently said it's true, and that is in Behold the Pale Horse, where he said the story of E.T. is basically a true story of an alien that got, you know, took to Area 51 and they were trying to, you know, communicate. I don't think it's funny. I think I can believe it. You think that we're the only ones in the galaxy? No. I think that's quite like small-minded to think that we're the only ones. I do. What's Callum going on about? Who are you talking to, me? Because I don't know what you're going on about. Are you having a conversation with somebody else? I'm not bothered about what came first, the chicken or the egg. I'm not really bothered about that. So, and enlighten us and tell us. Yeah. I don't have to answer anything, Callum. What do I have to answer it for? I don't know. I'm not really bothered. You tell us, seeing as you know the answer. Let us all know. Share your thoughts. Steven Spielberg donates to Sorrows Fund. Well, we know about the Steven Spielberg story as well, don't we? Anyone's, you know, what's she called? The little girl who was in E.T. Oh, what's the actress called? Our post said his father wanted to know who the Greys were. Exactly. How many times have I read that out? I'll frigging read it out again. Greys must be alien. Yeah. Dinosaurs, layer eggs were... Yeah. What was she called, the girl? We have all different beliefs, but angels can be referred to as other things as they are from... Yeah, because I think, you know, people way back could have seen something fall. They called them angels from, but they could have been aliens. They were alien, but they called them aliens. Yeah, Drew Barrymore, exactly. We know about the Drew Barrymore story. And was it the girl out of the film Poltergeist? Something to do with Steven Spielberg, you know, kids, that sort of thing, you know, all that sort of nasty stuff. You know, we know there's skeletons of giants, so someone could laugh about that one, but there is. So we know there's skeletons of heads where the skulls were elongated. That's what some say the Anunnaki are and all that. So, you know, doesn't bother me what anyone says. Oh, this ain't real, that ain't real. What came first? What did this? Did we go to the moon? I don't really care. Is the earth round? Is it flat? I don't really care. All I want to know, good or bad, is what the actual truth is. Yeah, the Nephilim. It's all on the Q map. You know what I mean? Ancient aliens way back that probably made us. We were the workers, and then we all sort of broke free, and then, well, we thought we did, or maybe we did for a bit like Jesus was saying, you know, be good to your neighbours and all that, trying to tell people the truth and not to be controlled. And then what did they do to him? Callum, why are you getting all arsey? I think outside the box all the time. That's why I'm saying, you know. Well, to me, you think what you want. That's your reality. To me, Jesus may have been a real person, that he was speaking out to the masses, talking truth. And what did they do? Crucified him. They didn't want him talking about the truth, did they? Yeah, trolls. You sound a bit trolly, Callum. Like, why are you upset with me talking on my channel what I think? It's my channel. You don't like it, you don't have to watch it. That's what I think. No one else is being arsey about it. I'm not religious, but I'm just saying, you know. Okay, I don't think outside the box, Callum. No, I just watch TV. I watch the news all the time. I watch TV. I indulge in the material, really. Where do you live? In a mud hut, do you? You sound like the person who's changed the name, changed the picture, and tried to make out you're somebody else who just likes to troll. Bye-bye. The material. What? Because I brought a book. I brought a book from a charity shop. You are allowed to buy things, people. Jesus, you trolls. Even if you're not a troll, you sound stupid. I'm sorry, I'll have a rant today. I can't stand people who come on people's channels, like they do anyway, try to act all nicey, trying to tell people they're not talking outside the box, when that's all I've been talking about. I'm talking outside the box with JFK Jr., because most people think he's dead and I don't believe he is. I'm talking about aliens, which most people don't, a lot of people don't believe in. A load of other stuff I'm talking about, and you're telling me I'm not thinking outside the box? Okay. And I'm materialistic, really? I'm in the material. We're all in the material. Doesn't mean you can't buy things. I don't buy a lot of stuff anymore. And even if I did, what's that got to do with anyone? I don't need to do. I don't need to even. I don't even. Yeah, he does. I don't even need to explain myself on here. You won't see me walking around with labelled stuff and all that. It doesn't interest me anymore. If you look at a lot of labelled stuff, you'll realise where they've come on from and stuff. But if I want to treat myself sometimes to something, what I've shown you a book I've bought about art. Flipping heck. Wow. I haven't come on like some channels going, oh, look at this blingy watch I've got full of diamonds and look at this and that. No. Yeah, thank you. So it's just people who come on and go, it's the way they do it as, and they go, oh, you're not thinking outside the box. They try and write in like coded and don't really say anything. And it's like, what are you going on about? If you think I'm not thinking outside the box, can you please come on here and write a big long list of what it is you believe in and tell everybody your truth? No. Yeah, just like, I don't mind people coming on saying they don't believe, but to just keep going on like, what came first? Answer me. Sounds like the guy who came on before who had a little eye picture trying to put his cryptic things over. Thank you. It's just like, do you know what I mean? I'm trying my best at the end of the day. I am seeing things and I'm looking at different things. Things are resonating. Some things might be mixed up in the truth. Some things might not. We'll all find out in the end what's the truth. Like I said, I'll come in here, and if Kanye's a shill or this is that or Trump ends up to be not that, I'll come in here and say, oh, guess what? Well, they got me on that one. But things about aliens and certain stuff like that, I've seen things in the sky. We don't know because we don't look up anymore. We've been lied to, so, you know, whatever. I'm trying to get away from the materialistic thing. The thing is, we live in a materialistic world. Earth is materialistic. You know, we have to buy clothes and stuff, but like I said, I actually find more enjoyment in going, some people might not like this, to the thrift store, to the charity shop, because I just find more excitement in that than actually going to the big apartments, because it just doesn't, I just look at it now and think everyone looks the same. You know, everyone looks the same. I just get more enjoyment out of getting a bargain now. When I do treat myself to something, oh wow, I've treated myself to a £12 book of art because I love art, and when I'm sharing art on here, I think it's a positive thing. So what? So, you know, it's not a diamond Rolex watch that I'm trying to show off. I buy myself a Stephen King book. Yeah, it might be Stephen King, but it was just in a charity shop, so I didn't buy it full price Stephen King, if you know what I mean. From the charity shop. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I rarely go out. What's your problem? You know, but hey, I'm materialistic. Don't think so. I've been propping myself up with my phone on a box and 2 books used as what do you call it, to hold my phone up. But me dad actually brought me round one of his old is it like a gorilla tripod to put my camera on? You know what I mean? Drinking. No, but I'm just not. I'm having a drink on Friday night because my friend's coming out. But I'm not one of them. I don't really have drinking house, and I don't really go out drinking. I'm just not bothered. But yeah, I just saw that in charity shop. I thought it looked interesting. But the thing is, like, I'm only a woman talking about stuff that I'm seeing, and we're basically all trying to get the truth out. So I don't understand when people try and come on, obviously, unless they're a troll. Hi, trying to just go on like that when they think, you know, you get these people and they think they know everything. It's like, all right then, you know, do you want a medal? We're all trying to seek the truth out. If some channels were going on and we're getting mixed up with stuff and this isn't right, that's because we've been told lies. So we will all be mixed up. But there's certain stuff you feel. Like, you don't need to tell me, how long have you been away? You're not away. Oh, since January, because I said I found out about Q in January. That's nothing to do with it. And by the way, it's the anniversary on Sunday, so I will be here on Sunday. I've got to do my collage yet for it. I've not done it. But at the end of the day, I've always felt a bit different from when I was a child about nature and stuff. I always loved nature and liked certain things other people don't like, or was really into some sort of fantasy films and all, thinking, oh, wouldn't it be good if this was real? Because I wanted to rant, Callum, and it's my channel and I'll do what I want. Are you the guy who used to come on with the one eye thing before? Because you're saying stuff and you're doing that cryptic thing where you're sort of saying stuff. You seem to know everything, so why don't you share it on here? That's what I don't understand. And if I want to ban you, I will. Because you seem to be getting a bit arsey to me. And sometimes I do have rants on here, people. As nice as I can be, I do have rants sometimes because that's just being real. You're trying to tell me that I don't think outside the box. So if I don't think outside the box, why are you on here? If you think outside the box. You've agreed with me on something, so I don't think outside the box. You sound like someone else I know who just tries to wind people up. Anyway, ignore. Yeah, passion does set us apart. That's another thing. Thank you. That's another thing. Callum, you're talking in riddles again. Just talk properly. Okay, talk properly. Can't be bothered. The Kavanagh thing. What did they say about him? Oh, he was getting mad. I always get passionate about stuff, so if I want to say something, I will. Oh, he got mad. He was upset. Look at his anger. Sorry, wouldn't you be angry and close to tears like when he was gulping? When you know them people were lying about you and doing all that stuff to his family, his kids lying about you to the world, basically. And what are you going to do? Sit there and go? You're going to get angry. You're nearly going to be crying. That shows a passion of how, you're angry in that way because it's bringing it all up. You know what I mean? If you're telling the truth, of course you're going to get angry. You're not going to sit there and take it with someone lying about you like that. You're going to take it all the way. And if you get passionate, it's showing your passion for something. You're not just going to sit there and take it looking like you're guilty of it when he wasn't. I know. Well, they can stay on for a bit. If it just keeps going, I'll just move it again. It doesn't. Well, Callum, why don't you say that? Because you're talking in cryptic. You're saying something like material, so it sounds like you're talking about the material world. So write it properly, because when someone texts, it's totally different. If you were on camera now talking to me and said that, I'd understand it. But because you're writing it in text, people have arguments over texts because it comes out so different. It doesn't matter what I'm absorbing. I absorb a lot and I go on a lot of things on YouTube looking at all sorts of different rabbit holes, all sorts of different stuff. I don't see what's bad about it. And if some of them saying it's near the truth and some of it might not be, who cares? We are finding out the truth, or we will find out the truth. That's the whole point. Everyone's just trying to figure everything out. I don't know what's bad about that. It's not bad. I'm not saying this channel, I'm telling the truth. I'm just saying what I have seen, what resonates with me, what I believe, my intuition, or stuff to do with things. And a lot of people in it agree with what I'm saying as well. If we all find out we're wrong in the end, we're wrong. But I tell you what, at least we went and researched and got off our asses and started looking and started moving away from that tell lie vision in the corner and actually started researching into stuff and looking at things with new eyes in a different light to what is actually going on, to how we thought it sort of was, even though a lot of people have been awake for a long time. But that's all I'm saying. I won't sit here all the time being nice as pie. I'm not saying you are a troll, Callum, but you need to write it properly so we understand, because that is not how it came across. And I don't care anyway. I'll do what I want when I want. I'll look at what I want when I want, and I will think how I want to think and let things resonate with me either way. And if it's not the truth, it's not the truth. If it is, doesn't mean we're all right. I'm not saying I'm right, but at least I'm looking into things. There's a lot of things out there on the same videos people are doing because they're trying to put disinformation. But even in disinformation, there's truth. I don't know whose channels are really right or wrong. Well, you can tell a few of them, but at the end of the day, we're all looking for the same thing, and it's the truth. And it's all to try and get rid of this evil, if you like to call it, because we want to basically save our next generations, our kids. A lot of it is about the kids, as horrible as all that is that we found out about it. So I don't think that's a bad thing. No one can say they definitely know the truth unless you're bloody, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and that's a lot of things. Sometimes I find that you get a lot of people going on a lot when you're talking about truth or near the truth. You might be sort of getting there. It might not sound like I know what I'm going on about sometimes, but you get a lot of people in like that trying to put you off the truth. So I know all that works with trolls and people trying to say this, that, and the other, trying to get you off the scent. You'll never get me off the scent because I just believe what I believe. And when I'm passionate about something, like if you've not noticed Q and JFK Jr., and I won't stop talking about JFK Jr., you know, I'll be passionate about it until I find out or realise or see something that tells me otherwise that it's not real. But in my heart at the minute, all that's real. JFK Jr. thing's real. So, can plainly see JFK Jr.'s real. Oh, he'll just come after everybody. I don't know why he's in here if he's not seeming to like what people are saying. Most of the people on here, there's only ever one or two that, we get trolls in. Everyone else is normally brilliant. Discord, which Discord? I was on a Discord and then I left because the person didn't out, but was doing a big slag off of Q and me, even though some people didn't know it was me. And I just thought, how stupid can people be dissing Q and commenting on it when you haven't actually researched it? I think that's a bit like silly to say if you've not researched it from the beginning and then added up like the Q drops to the Trump tweets straight after. It's like, hello. Yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, that person that you're saying discredited, because someone's on here now, discredited that, and that's why I'm not saying the name, and then sort of discredited me, and I was just like, it's a bit daft really, because some of you have not researched right from the beginning, and then added up those the drops to the Trump tweets. And I'll tell you what else I've seen, which is fantastic, and if Thingy comes in, I'm just going to ignore him, is the actual, I haven't seen all of them. Oh yeah, Putin. He's there with Trump. Is the actual? Have you seen his rallies lately? He does not give a toss. He's there shouting sorrows out. He's there going on about the caravan, coming over the people. He's really, really confident now. Obviously, we know why, but he's absolutely hilarious. The girl that I saw today, that's not on to Q, but knows about that. She went, I love Trump. She went, he's hilarious. I just love watching his speeches. He's just giving it out. That's why, like I said, all this fake flag news about the packages gone to Soros and the Clintons, they're just trying to discredit Trump, saying it's that side, it's the conspiracy. They'll be going, it's the Q conspiracy, it's that conspiracy, because don't forget, they've already mentioned it over here in the UK in the Daily Mail, saying it was there's a Trump conspiracy going about JFK Jr. may still be alive, and the Q movement, the conspiracy, just put it out there in people's heads. But actually, you're doing a good job, because you're just making people think, why? If it was me, I'd be like, why? What's this? I need to go and find about this Q movement. Many days without Q. Oh yeah, we've had many days without Q before. I think it could be before. Is it next week? I don't know, but we know things happen when it goes quiet. And there has been a lot of things going on. There's rumours about Theresa May and these letters, and she might be going, and something about Merkel. And then, like I said, you've got the Australian MP, was it in Australia, who stood up and shouted out about abuse and paedophilia and things going on, and he's actually had the balls to stand up and say it in Parliament. We just need someone over here. Well, we have got someone over here, because Tommy Robinson's been talking about that. There's different snippets of different things happening all over the world, but all connected. I think they're all connected. Yeah, Tommy out on bail again, up to 6 months before he goes back again. Well, we'll see what happens there. Because I was just saying about the Hallelujah, The Way We Rule You song, because I loved that when it first came out. I was talking about that before. And Tommy, I saw that little clip of Tommy saying it was great, and his little smile on his face. After elections, Q returns. Yeah, we don't know if Q's got to stay, not looking like he's interfering. But then again, I think he might say something before. Don't know. It works quite strange sometimes. I miss our chats and was hoping to set up a chat with you. And my friend does. The guys are like mirror image of each other. She's very spiritual. Oh yeah, I remember you now. Yeah, I just got a bit naffed off because I know there's people in here who are watching. Just talk cryptic. I'm not bothered. What was that again? Yeah, I just found it hard to go in there because a lot of people are on the same things, and I just found it a bit like, I don't know, people can't, they don't want people talking about it, but they don't look at themselves because they don't see the connections, because the reason why is because they don't connect and they don't follow where you're supposed to follow and connect, like Q and the Trump tweets up, and then you realise what's actually been going on. But I can't explain it. But when I'm not listening to you, Callum, so keep talking to yourself because I'm not listening to you, basically. There's too much chat going up. Don't know what you're going on about. But yeah, it's just it's funny because some people are starting to go, oh, this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah, and it's like, sort of said that a bit ago, but you know, we'll see. And I like the speech that Farage did the other day because it sounded like a Trump speech, and also he was talking about you know, coming back, because that's what he always said. And he said exact same words when Trump won. He's the only MP that went over to America and congratulated Trump to his face. And he said that if I need to come back, I will. And that's what he's just said again. And on the Farage show, that's what introduces him at the beginning of his show on YouTube. It says, and it's Nigel Farage or something like that, because that's taking it from his when he went over. So they're friends. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Bit of a connection. Then you got the Steve Bannon thing, like I keep saying, but some people are not adding that up together or might not know about that. But I'm like, it's not a coincidence, really, is it? You're in Brussels and you're having dinner with Steve Bannon, who's done the film with Trump at Wars. Yeah. Callum, are you talking to me? Because I don't get what you're going on about. I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're just trying to distract. I don't remember the Truman Show. Put it simply in a simple question, because you sound like that guy who was coming on here talking about riddles again. So I'm not listening. Batten. Who's Batten? Bannon. Oh, I like Farage. But a lot of people got pissed off with Farage because he didn't mention Tommy when I think there was a reason for that. So they were like, oh, well, he sat on the fence about Tommy. Well, I've got my own little thinking on that, but I like Farage. So what? Callum, I've told you, spell it out normally. I'm not into all this let's talk in coded cryptic code. Just say it normally. You're still on here, aren't you? Oh, you mean the leader of you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he got banned because he's talking cryptic and waffling on and said something that sounded like something else. So if you're not going to say it properly, then I probably won't see it as that. Just because you write something doesn't mean someone else understands it the way you write it. Okay? A bit like when my mum was down today and said, I don't understand when people do this. I said, everyone doesn't think the way you think. Well, say it then, Callum. Come on. What? Don't say Tinseltown and the Truman Show. Just say it normally. Say it for everyone else to see. Go on then. What's obvious? You're that guy, aren't you? Say it for everyone else so they can all join in with it as well. Because apparently you know everything. You know everything about everything. And nobody knows anything. So spell it out so we can all see it. My brain doesn't think like that. Doesn't mean I'm stupid. So spell it out and we'll see. What are you trying to say? I'm not in the mood for silliness tonight. So if you're going to say it, spell it out properly. Exactly. Just ignore him. If you can't spell it out, I'll just ignore you. I don't have to ban you. I just ignore you, you know. Can't be doing with low vibrating people. Apparently you have, because you just keep firing questions at me, but you're not saying anything. You sound like the person who was on here before called I Am, was it, or something? Is it you? Because it sounds like you. Yeah, I think he likes me saying his name. Yes, I'll just ignore you now until if you come out with a question, I can see it, whatever, but bye-bye. Not listening. It's my platform, by the way. Oh, we can do it once. See, that's another thing about troll. I'm not saying he is a troll, but other people, they come on and say things, or people leave things in comments. You are not going to change my opinion on anything. Try as you might. I'm not going to come on YouTube. I'm not going to not talk about the things I want to talk about, whether it's real or not, or people believe it or not. I will do what I want to do, because I won't be controlled off anybody. I won't be told what to think. I won't be told what to say. If I see something and I want to talk about it, I will do. I will, yeah. You know, whatever. It's my channel. I'll talk about what I want to talk about, when I want to talk about it. If you don't like it, go. You or anyone else is not going to change my opinion on anything that I believe in right now at this minute. 5 months down the line, I might believe in something else. I might think, do you know what, that's not making sense to me anymore. Right now, for months and months and months, even to do with Tommy and a load of other stuff, I've not moved from what I thought then. So I ain't moving right now. And what I see, what's going on right now is truth. Globally, I can't see me moving away from it, because there's nothing that I think, actually, that's a bit weird. Actually, that's not happened. That's not happening. Even though some people go, oh, well, he said he was saying this and nothing's happening. Really, loads of shit's happened. But they ain't going to put it on mainstream media. So until I think different myself, not being told off anyone else, this is wrong or this is right, then I would come in and say, do you know what, I was wrong. At the end of all this, if I was wrong, I'd come on and say, do you know what, I'm wrong. But at the minute, I don't feel like that. I feel as passionate as I was when I started talking about all this stuff. And all I'm saying, like I've said before, is I don't really care. I don't mean I don't really care what's right. I just want to know the truth like everybody else. It's not like I keep saying to people, oh, I've known for years. Oh, I've known for so many years. Oh, I've known basically since I was a young child. I only found out last year. I don't care. I don't want to meddle for knowing when I knew. It's just, it doesn't matter when you woke up, years back, yesterday, last week, 2 years ago. It's just, we just all want the truth. Because you seem to be going on with yourself. Just like, you know. I know. Well, I'm not really bothered, like I said. Sounds like that person who really sounds like that person. Anyway, bye-bye. Yeah, but I'm in one of them ranty moods today. It's good to have a rant sometimes. You know, people say, oh, you've got to be all positive all the time. I am, but sometimes it's nice to have a rant just to tell them people, you know, I know they get fed a bit, you know, when they're mentioning the name, but actually, you know, you can have a bit of it today. But the thing is, they're not winning because won't change my mind on anything I think anyway, so. Oh well. It is great to rant. You have to get it out of your system sometimes, you know. I don't get a lot on it. I'm not saying he is a troll, but I just think there's no need to be talking. And he said he's not talking in cold ears, but I'm not going to talk about that anymore because that's just, you know, attention. And that's my mum again. Well, like I said, a lot of you on here, all of you really on here, apart from a couple that come in now and again, either people who don't understand, people who just anything else better to do, people who just don't agree with you, whatever it is. I don't get a lot. I've had some really disgusting comments off people sometimes, and I know what them sort of people are and what they believe in. But I know a lot of what I say makes sense to you lot, because a lot of us are on the same page. And like I said, even if we're wrong at the end of the day, at the end of all this, it's only because we're all the truth. So no one should be getting at anyone, even if it's like, well, you believe in flat earth or you believe in a round globe. So what? We've all been lied to. How many times do I have to say this? We've all been lied to about absolutely everything. Everything. You think, oh yeah, there's this little thing here. It's like, I don't know why I'm pulling this. It's white tag. It's like, what some of us know is like that, right? It's like that. The tip of the iceberg. It's actually like this big. It's bloody massive. You know what I mean? So no one can go on at anyone like, oh, you don't know this, you don't know that. Well, bloody, there might be more stuff I don't know, but a lot of what I do know is mind-blowing. And like I said before, the sheeple who are going to abruptly wake up to this are going to have, he said that he's going to have a breakdown. I nearly had a breakdown when I first found out. I was like, oh, I couldn't believe it. A friend said to me today, don't go down too many rabbit holes because you will get depressed. I went, I've already been there. But I picked myself back up again because I allowed myself to get sad. I allowed myself to get angry. At that time when I was angry and these people were put in front of me, these awful people we know about, I could have easily just killed them all. Do you know what I mean? If someone put a shotgun in your hand, you'd just be like... But then after that, it was just like, I'm not allowing these people to get me down. I've had a time for grieving or being upset or grieving for these people that we know about that have lost their lives, these children, all that horrible stuff we know about. I've had time to cry, to be upset, to be angry at myself, even to contributing to stuff like things you don't realise, the food you're buying. I know it sounds weird, the clothes you're buying, like we saw all that stuff with, was it Nike, you know, the CEO, the artwork, just things that you're doing that you think's normal, and you're just like, oh my god, when you realise all that, it's hard to be in a world where you're not buying into things, or because it's in a lot of stuff. It's hard not to, it's very hard. You know, so people can't say, oh yeah, well you're doing, it's like, well, it's everywhere. It sounds mad when you realise it's like, but all you've got to do is try your best to sort of, thank you, not sort of be controlled, even though we're still controlled, but to try and pull away, like someone said before, they're trying to move away from the materialistic. It's not like the thing is, it's not like you can't enjoy stuff, you can't enjoy good food or treating yourself to something. It's not like all the time, like we're always bombarded with adverts and, oh, you must wear this label because, you know, the celebrities wear it, and you'd feel so much better if you were wearing this label. It's like, no, you wouldn't. They just want you to buy their shit because it's dearer. Get yourself in debt, you know, go and buy all these labelled clothes and doing all the fashions that a celebrity do, and that you can't really all afford because you're just getting yourself in debt over it. What for? Labels and bloody other shit that they do. You know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about in my own head, because it's about consuming, and consuming. That's what it's about. When you realise full moon. Oh yeah, I got told it was is it a blood moon today? Yeah, I've got my little book here. Says it here, my little witchy moon book. I've had this for ages as a diary because it's got the moon phases in it. Yeah, I forgot about that. You know what I mean? It's all right when you need something, but we're always like, I want this, and you don't want it. You just want it because you've seen adverts and been brainwashed and think you're going to have a better life if you have this because the celebrity's got it. When really, if you knew about some celebrity lives, you wouldn't want it. That's all I'm saying. Be careful what you wish for, people. Yeah, I wrote this down actually. What's the date today? Oh no, I don't. Yeah, it apparently says blood moon on it. It says full moon. I knew it was a full moon today, but it was a full moon the other day and a full moon the day before. When actually, it didn't say that on this book. But I've seen at least 2 or 3 full moons since last week. So what's going on there? Full moon. I know it's back to front, and it says blood moon. I read sunrises. Yep. My dad got some binoculars the other day. Said they're quite good, but they move about a bit unless you've got something to stand them on. I need some binoculars because that bloody telescope doesn't work. I've seen a couple of full moons on. I think it was it weekend or last week? It's like, and it really like glowing, you know, and weird. But I think the skies have been a bit hazy again, so I've not seen anything. HRC's birthday coming. Sunday, Q's birthday anniversary, so I've got to do my Q collage. I am working on something here. I'll show you what this is going to be when I've actually done it, because I don't know if it's going to turn out. It looks a bit odd at the minute, this thing. It's going to be something. I'm messing around with a lot of stuff, but I have knackered myself out as usual, looking at stuff and things and stuff I can do, and watching a lot of videos on positivity and energies and the Pleiadian thing, because that just excites me anyway, even if people believe it's real or not, or it's someone trying to put false hope out there. But there's a woman called, I did say the other day, Barbara does the Pleiadian thing. I just think, you know what, she just makes a lot of sense, and even if people don't believe it, a lot of what she says resonates, you know. Like I said, We can't be the only ones in the universe. It's bloody massive. You know what I mean? Well, we're not, but you know. Yeah, Blade is a kill. The only thing I do notice, because this is where it gets confusing as well, because in all the videos, just let me put my new slippers back on. In all the videos they do on that side, you know, if you want to say the alien conspiracy theories, what people want to call it, is you do get a lot of stuff where you're like, yeah, Nordic, where you're like, oh, but God, what actually is true? Is there this many races? Someone says there's this many, someone said there's only a few. The avians are good, the avians are bad. The Nordics are good, the Nordics are bad. The Pleiadians are good, the Pleiadians are bad. But I think, well, it's on the Q map, it says Pleiadian guidance. If it's a guidance, it must be help. So there's still that confusion, I think, with, because that's what I thought that was, an Aryan, but a woman. They're like, supposed to be like the bird things, but... Oh, there's definitely a lot going on in Antarctica, exactly. Someone trying to get attention again. There's definitely a lot going on in Antarctica. No, I just can't be bothered. And but there's them discussions about what there is, like that these are bad, or that's bad, or that's not bad, or they're all bad, or they're not. And I'm thinking no, because there's people like us, you know, we're good, we're bad, right and wrong. There might be some that don't really care because maybe when they're going about reptiles and that, I just believe that's the sort of one that is they don't have empathy and things like us, and you get people like that, so they're not really bothered at the things they do if they were hurting people, because they don't have that empathy, so they can't feel for humans or other races of whatever, or animals, because they don't have that caring factor, that empathy, so it sort of doesn't bother them, if you know what I mean. Yeah, just advise to, when we have dwellers, whether they are or not, or just seem to get naffed off, just to ignore them, because that's what I'm doing. Now, he's had his, you know, I'm not talking about it now. Hi, Dolly, can't wait for November and a big JFK Jr. reveal. I tell you what, when it happens, I live at number 6, and when 3 bins go out, it's 666. Oh, I've done Harim twice. It's just like, they say they're not this, that, but I'm not talking about them because it just wants, you know, a bit of attention. Yeah, when my 3 bins go out, 666 comes up. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, or 999, whichever way you look at it. Yeah, I'd just say, just, you know, just don't bother. Well, I just find it all interesting. Yeah, I did, but I can't be bothered to keep going like that. You know, I know there's people on here for the channels, and it's even like, some of us believe in some things, some of us don't believe in others, but like I said, it's all about, I know, if I had a spanner, it's just about truth, and no one can say they really, really know. You know, we're all, to me, there's something going on, because a lot of people are talking about, even if they're not on the movement that I'm on, it's still connecting to certain things, like you've got Soros putting people on boats over here, then you've got the caravan Soros in America sending people over there, so it's all connected. Trump's talking about, Trump knows, he said about Soros the other day, so it's all connected. But then, you know, who drops a message about it, and then Trump tweets, and it's just, you know. But yeah, the Antarctic thing, I just find that very intriguing, because all the elites have been down there, the royals have been down there, you know. It's like, some people say it's a hidden civilization, hidden aliens, hidden technology, hidden this, hidden that, hidden energies, and all this, that, and the other. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's definitely connected. That's why I keep telling people, even if you're not on the movement of, you know, Huku, to me, the Tommy, oh, yeah, yeah, Rothschild, yeah. Tommy, all the little different things around the world. Like, we've got Avi, who supports Tommy in Australia, and I saw him on the video as well, with him. It's to me, it's like, where there's been little rebellions in different countries with different things, like ours is Tommy, that some people aren't awake to, and then you've got Avi in Australia, 2 Tommy, but they're not all Tommy. There's a lot of different things I see going on around the world, little things kicking off everywhere, which are like, if you're not awoke to Q, there's something waking you up to something else, even though if it's not to everything. It's like kick-starting little rebellions off, and then waking people up to, like, governments and certain institutions, and people are sort of looking at things a little bit differently. That to me is a good thing, but to me, I'm not saying this is true for everybody, but this is how I see it, it's connected everywhere. it is connected. Like I said, you've got Nigel trying to come back now for Brexit. You know, like I said, we voted out. We're out. We voted out, so that's what it should be. He's friends with Trump. He's had dinner with Steve Bannon. I mean, come on, people. Steve Bannon. My mum ringing again. She'll have to wait. It's all connected. That's what I think. It might not seem like it is, but deep state, if you want to call them that, or whatever you want to call them, they're all around the globe. So we know it's globally. Yes, red line, that's what I've said. USA will set the stage for the rest of the world. Yeah, because they said, like I said, people have always said, why do you look to America? You should be looking to your country. I do. I've done videos over here about stuff going on over here. But at the end of the day, America's a big, massive country. If America falls, we all fall. America's not falling. America hasn't fallen. They're winning. They've won. America sneezes, the world catches a cold. So what they do, it will follow over here. When Trump's talking about taxes and all that, great, yeah, when we go, all the great stuff he's been talking about. If you I saw the speech today. If you love your kids, he said some might. If you love your kids and you want to leave a business to them, a house, and you have to pay all this money on the taxes, you won't be doing that anymore. That will follow suit over here. If they get rid of certain taxes, that will follow suit over here and the EU, because it's like he said, it's America first, and then the world. That's what he said. The last Q video, whether people believe it or not, I can't remember what the title was. That's what it said. God bless America and the world. It's them and then the world. They have allies. They've got allies. So, see what happens with Theresa May and Merkel. Might not have been said when I said it is, but they definitely will be going. What are these letters? These letters against her and certain stuff have been coming out. More like walk woman or get fired, because you know what's coming with Trump and I can never say it, visa officer. You know what's coming with your involvement with, treason and, all the wars and that set off in England and all that sort of stuff. So, Farage makes me laugh. Trump met up with Nigel Farage at the garage, met with... Yeah. I mean, it says it all. Farage's channel, the person that introduces him taped is Trump. If you listen to it on the I can't remember what his show's called on YouTube, and it's Nigel Farage, and he goes, thanks Trump. He was the only, like I said, the only MP that went to America to congratulate him to his face when he won on stage was Nigel Farage. And he went over to America, I think it was a couple of months ago, was it? Yeah. And he's just met with Steve Bannon. Okay, and his last speech sounded a bit Trumpified, so yeah, okay then. Yeah, the bomb letters MSS talking about. I've not seen it. I've just heard about getting a package sent to the Clintons, Obama, Soros, and that's funny, isn't it? CNN, whoever. But oh, here's my dad. Hi, Dad. Check out Cole Douglas K. Watkins. Not someone you want to mess with. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ref the Gitmo. Have you seen the judge for Gitmo? Oh my God, I'll talk about him in a minute. But the like my dad was saying, the things about the letters, they're just reflecting themselves. They're trying to make out it's the Q movement or it's Trump because they want everyone hating on Trump. Because why? Because the election, what do you call it? Your midterms and earlier, so they're trying to throw some shit out there, aren't they? But it's not going to work. Yeah, media psyop, false flag. Yeah, it's not going to work. We all know your games. We just watch it like, I wish they were. And they went off. Yeah, but they did. But yeah, it's just to go, oh, look at us. Who cares? Yeah, the Gitmo judge. Have you seen him? Whoa, and people thought Gitmo's not true. Have you seen the judge for Gitmo? He doesn't look like he takes any shit, basically, does he? I'm in one of them moods today. It's like, yes, he just looks like you lot are going down. Have you seen his face? You lot are going down. You've got Kevin now. You've got this judging Gitmo. Come on. Wax, Dad. Yeah. Someone said JFK Jr. may have parachuted out of the plane, followed by woman SEAL, wife and sister were on a plane that flew into. There's loads of stories about them, but they're definitely here. Especially Soros and HR. Exactly. We don't really care. We wish it was true. And I wish they, it's a bit like them people who were going to go up against the Clintons. They were going to talk out about them, and then what was it like? A couple of days, was it on the 4th of July, the house blew up to smithereens because these people were going to testify against him, and look what happened. So that was funny. Some people are so funny. If UK leaders were planning to assassinate Trump, well, Trump has nearly been assassinated 10 times that I know about. It's probably more, and nothing's happening. They call him this. Oh God, it's my mum again. The what did they call him? The Teflon man. Nothing sticks. And they said he's not protected. He's insulated. So what does that mean? I could talk about other stuff. I was trying to tell someone about Tesla today and Donald Trump's uncle and the Assange thing. Donald Trump's uncle and Tesla and the notes is like, what? You know, I think that's one of the things where you think, you just can't write all this stuff. You just can't write all this stuff. Tesla, notes, the FBI raided Tesla's notes. Donald Trump's uncle got to look at them. And, yeah, Trump has them, exactly. I think Trump knows a lot of things, Space Force and all that. Yeah, POTUS 100% into, yeah. There's honestly, God, there's mad things going on. Like they said, who was the woman at, oh, what was she called? There's something prophecies where they said Trump looked out the window in Air Force One and saw something. I was like, wouldn't be surprised. And then the friend that I was talking to today, who I didn't realise was woke, not to Q, but we were talking about the same things. And she was going on about your food and this, that, and the other. And she went, oh God, yeah, I believe in aliens. She went, I've seen UFOs. I went, Ref, vice versa, or I always say it wrong. UK complicit act of war by Theresa May, by Boris. Exactly. It's an act of war. So she's going whatever anyway, whether that's, or it looks like she got fired, because they will just play out on mainstream media because that's what they do, because it's who owns it. Or something will happen where it looks like she's walked because it's not going her way, or she's got fired, or whatever they're going to say. But she will be going along with Merkel, because I've heard snippets about that as well. But we all knew this. We're just, they're biding the time as well. But they've got to make it look like something. So I don't know what that story will be when she goes, as she'll go. Australia is affected too. Oh yeah, Australia. I saw the guy who stood up in Australia in the House of your Parliament thing over there. He stood up about the child trafficking and abuse and all that sort of stuff. Tesla wanted to make free energy if someone has it technology. They will release it slowly. Tesla, Trump knows about it. Tesla's notes were shown to Donald Trump's uncle. If you look into it, you'll find that. Trump has already talked about energy and free energy, and he's been talking about energy a lot lately, and I can't believe the second name of the person who's doing some of the cleaning up the energy. Same name as me. It's quite funny. 17 likes. But yeah, we've already talked about free energy. He's mentioned energy. There's a few things in a few speeches back about Trump when he actually said there'll be stuff coming out, new technologies in the next 5 years, because obviously they can't just go, oh yeah, we found it, even though we've had it for donkey's years. And medicines and that, we've got the cures to a lot of things, but they didn't want to tell us that because it's all to do with big pharma, money. We all know there's certain cures to big things, but that'll gradually start coming out like, oh, we've just found a cure, slowly, because we don't want to say that we've been hiding it for decades and decades. We'll just depopulate the countries with diseases and stuff that some of them are man-made. Don't have to believe that. That's just what I believe, that I've seen and learnt about, and it sort of makes sense. But like I said, we're all just trying to find the truth. Yeah, cures for cancer, exactly. And then you'll notice, oh, there's a few things coming out, cures for this and cures for that. Like, this is why they said, notice how they came out about vaccines after Tesla. They didn't want genius people. Of course, and that's why they said when all this stuff comes out, especially ones who are asleep, they said they're going to have dysfunctioning brains because they're going to be like, what? Cure's suppressed. Once someone finds something, they'll keep that cure, but they won't let it out because they want to depopulate us. They don't want, it's big money as well to people, isn't it? People can think what they want about that, but, that's what they're doing. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I thought you meant oil. Yeah, The Matrix. Look up YouTube channel Earth Mystery News. EMN about hybrid human alien. Yeah. There's lots of mad things out there. There's some that are really good that you believe in, and there's obviously some that they put out that are not, and it's people. CNN opened suspect package and took photos of it. Yeah, right. These people are stupid. real foods, herbs, good water, cures everything. Yeah, Trump's been talking about water, you know, fresh, like good water. He's also talked about in a speech the other day about beautiful skies, clear, fresh skies and stuff like that, because we know they've been raining down with shit with us, you know, in chemtrails. People don't believe in it, but they have. You know, fluoride in your all this stuff. And if you listen to Trump carefully, yeah, clean air, clean water, clean air, clean water. That's what Trump's been saying. If you listen to Trump properly, you will hear that he said all this stuff. And it's not just going to come out like, hey, yeah, we've got it tomorrow. It's going to come after, yeah, all is coming. It's all coming, but it'll have to sort of drip out a little bit because people have got to get their heads around it. They can't just go, yeah, tomorrow we've got this. Everyone will be like, I mean, we'd know what the hell. And then it'd be all like, well, we've had it for, so it's got to be drippy out, you know, if you get what I'm saying. Hi. So I believe, I don't know when it'll be in the future, there will be free energy, because if energy's free and it's infinite, or whatever you want to call it, why the hell are we paying for it? Because they want to keep us in debt and giving other people money for something that we don't really need to pay for. Maybe certain things we have to pay for, but I do believe if energy is free, we shouldn't be paying for it. A lot of people around the world would be better off globally. We'd all be more equal. If you think about all the stuff we have to pay, your biggest bills and that, stuff like that, if we didn't have to pay for it, what you could do, how you could live your life, how you wouldn't have to work that much, all that stuff, which I think people might think, oh, it's balmy that. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Thank you. I don't think it is. There'd be a lot more people. You wouldn't have to work as much because they want us working more. Deep state control, yeah. They want us working more because they want to keep you stressed, ill, going to the doctors, getting you on meds. That makes you iller, sometimes kills you off. Not wanting you thinking for yourself, keeping you depressed and down. We're working to a certain age and it goes up and up and up. You know, before you know it, you'll be working until you're 100. And then you'll retire and probably drop dead after a year because that's what they want. You should really be retiring or have more time to do the great things that we can do here on Earth, you know, creating stuff and, you know, travelling and all that beautiful stuff that some people can't do because we all have to work, you know, more money because they put the bills up and the taxes that we shouldn't even, some taxes that we shouldn't even be paying for because they're there for the wars that we're paying for, that they've made. So therefore we shouldn't be paying shit all for taxes for the wars you have made. You need to give the world back that money, because believe me, the amount of money they've got for all that stuff is unbelievable. I can't even say how many notes are on it. They could give the money back to the globe and everyone would be equal. We could all have that money. We could all be better off and help our communities. And we'd have more time. Yeah, we'd have, this is just how I see it, how other people have talked about, you would have more time to, yeah, trillions on trillions, I can't even say what it is. You would have more time for your neighbours because we're all disconnecting, you know, that way. You'd have more time to help your community, have more time in your community, more time with your kids, more time learning your kids the things they should be learning, not necessarily everything they're being taught at school, because I don't believe, you know, I don't mean from the teachers, but from the you know, the people who are putting all these things into school, because I was talking about that to someone today, which is too many kids, they wanting them to be doing testing all the time and homework all the time. Kids don't want that. You're stressing kids out, and it's a fact because I see it everywhere. Yeah, India. Hi, India. You're stressing kids out. Kids should be playing. I heard someone say today, my kid just says, I just want to play. I don't want to be doing these stats and things are coming earlier and earlier, these tests. No. That isn't what kids should not be putting. It shouldn't be like that. But that's how they make it, because they want to stress our kids out now as well. They want them sat down in the classroom and sat there, and then they're all like, oh, they've got ADHD because they can't sit still. They shouldn't be sat there for that time. They should be doing more things outside. They have a lot of this. They have a lot of this, which is good. What do they call it? Forest schools, in schools where you're outside in the foresty bits and learning bits outside. More of that, more like practical and not theory, doing other stuff, learning how to cook and other stuff, like bits we used to do years back. They need to bring a lot of stuff back. Yeah, kiddie suicide through the roof. Exactly. Why? Because they're stressing our kids out, confusing them with, oh, do you want to be transgender at the age of 4? Do you want to be this? And I'm not being rude to people who are, but they're bringing it down younger and younger. It's disgusting, and no, it's not right. You're messing with kids' brains. They don't work the same. You're influencing on stuff that they think, like the celebrities. Oh, parents. Oh, I want to dress my kid like Beyonce at the age of. Oh, she looks like this and that. No. It's influencing you to get your kids thinking they're older than they are. They should be playing like you used to, not acting like adults when they're too young. They've got time to be an adult. Like my son said the other day, my oldest, I don't want to be an adult. I said, well, you are, but you know what I mean. You want to keep, yeah, you want to keep that childlike sort of, like we used to do in my generation anyway, where you did more of that stuff. They're pushing them to grow up too soon. They like the paedophilia thing, really. You know, let's pretend they're older, and then we'll do that. No, kids are kids. Fucking leave them alone. That's all I can see. I'm pissed off today with certain things. You say I'm triggered. I'm not triggered. I'm just in one of them ranty moods because it's true. And when I get naffed off when we start going about the kids things, because it's disgusting, and that's what gets up my nose, and that's why I'm on here talking, because like I said, we just want to know what the truth is. Yeah, do you know what I mean? When you rant, and if you don't like swearing, sorry that I swore, but then I get passionate about that because I think, no, it's not how I grew up. I mean, it might have started coming in the 80s or 90s or whatever it was, but I grew up remembering playing out in the woods and believing in fairies, and that might sound whack, but the things you should believe in when you're a child, because this is what they try and take away your imagination from the kids. From the kids, imagination is a very powerful thing. That's what they don't want you to know as well, if you believe in all that law of attraction and all that sort of stuff. But the imagination is a big thing, and that's why, believe it or not, they don't want you thinking about anything. That's why they tried to the banning free speech over here, you know, with Tommy and stuff like that. All them, it's all connected. I don't care what it says, everything's connected to everything, because we are all connected to everything and everyone, and we are all one, blah blah blah, like I say. Hi. But they don't want you thinking. They want you thinking what they're thinking, because they don't want you to have a mind. They don't want you to have an imagination to think outside the box, create your world. Even creating, like, you know, I create a lot of art and stuff. They don't want you doing nothing. They just want you to be an AI robot doing as you're told. No, I did just swear before, but you know, it just gets on my nerves when you can see what they're doing to our generation of kids, and then some people will blame it on the parents. It's not actually. Some of it's our fault. I've done it with my eldest, and I think, well, it isn't. It's not, because if you were brainwashed and you didn't know you were doing certain things, and then your parents, before even my dad was talking about this, have done things in certain ways because that's the way schools were, and you got learned about that. It's hard, and it's hard to break away from that. It's not necessarily just the parents' fault. It's the way they've got our kids today, especially with technology and phones and smart stuff and the internet they go on, and the computer games. It's all brainwashing. It's all I don't care what anyone says. It's all brainwashing. And a friend said that today, and she's not even on the thing. She was like, it's just brainwashing. I don't even watch the news anymore or the TV. Exactly. Oh yeah, Q talks about how much power we all have. A lot more power than we think we have. They have hidden it from us. That's why they call those Illuminatis, the elites, or whatever, Illuminati, the illuminated ones, because they're illuminated in knowledge. Knowledge is power. If you haven't got knowledge and knowing stuff, you've got no power. But if you know, some of us know what they know, certain ways reality works and the universe and this, that, and the other, if you want to go deep. And that goes into numerology and numbers and secret shapes and this, that, and the other. And some people will say, oh yeah, but if you know that, that's like witchcraft, or that's bad. No, it doesn't mean that. It means you can use them numbers or them signs or whatever, but they use it for bad, or it's always reverted upside down, because they like to take our symbols and use it for bad. It's just because some of us don't know what they mean. They do, but they use it for bad, because it's either you use it for the good or the bad, right or wrong, yin and yang. There's always good and bad. So if you know right from wrong, if you were magical and powerful, which we all are anyway, and you knew you had this power, would you use it for good or bad? If you're a good person, you'd use it for good, and if you're not, you wouldn't, would you really? So, oh, someone thinks they know everything. So, yeah. But I was even talking to someone today about the Titanic, and they were like, oh, yeah, the Titanic went. The Titanic story's not real. Tip of the iceberg. Federal Reserve. People were coming over, you know, who didn't want the Federal Reserve. And, you know, they weren't bothered about how many people were on that boat. They just killed them anyway, sunk the boat. Nothing to do with what that story was about. You know, all these stories, conspiracies, like you said, conspiracies no more. People have got to get to the fact that most conspiracies are real. And it's the CIA that brought that, who made that word up to tell people, oh, it's a conspiracy. the conspiracy theories, it's a conspiracy theory to keep you away from it because they want to make it out like you're a nutter. Yeah, the crash of the Titanic was a false flag. Do you know what I mean? So it's the CIA who made that word up to make it people who were telling the truth, you know, like, oh, well, you know, it's a conspiracy, they're just nutters. So everyone goes, oh, the conspiracy theory, like the Daily Mail have reported about the Trump conspiracy and Q and the JFK Jr. conspiracy of the Daily Mail the other week. Yeah, all right then. Yeah, Titanic is totally different to that film that they put out there and what they said it was for. Even I think the names were right in that film, but it was to do with the Federal Reserve and people coming to oppose the Federal Reserve. So what did they do? A lot of people won't believe that. Bit like 9/11, really, isn't it? You know, oh, why would they do that? Why would they kill all them people? Tell you why, like my dad says. There's two kinds of people in the world: those who care and those that don't. And the elites and that are you know, a bit like reptilian, you know, they don't care. They haven't got feelings. They have no empathy for who they've killed, you know, kids, adult, whoever, animal, they're not bothered. As long as they're getting away with what they're getting away with or not getting outed, whatever it is, they're not bothered. But the thing is, they are getting outed. The Globe knows about it. I don't care what anyone says. The Globe is woken up, has been waking up for years. It's getting stronger and stronger. And along with the Q movement, I believe, just give a lot more people a kick up the arse to see what's going on, to get researching. And that's what's happening. They know they can't stop it because a lot of us know the truth now. So you can't, like I said, you can't not see what you've seen. You can't unsee what you've seen. Once you know, you know. It doesn't matter what they say, what they do, we know. And that's what they're scared of because they know we're all waking up. That's why the Democrats, whatever, that's why they're going on now about not that I've seen it properly, this bloody, oh, look at these letters they've all got in DC or these packages. Yeah, because you're trying to throw something out there again because you ain't got nothing. You tried it with Cav and it didn't work and you all look stupid going on about the FBI. Yeah, thank you. The frequency of Earth is rising more and more. People are not on the spiritual thing. I believe in that. I see it everywhere. People I didn't even know were onto this. I spoke to someone today. People's energies are rising for positivity and that's what it's about. They've tried to keep us down, keeping everyone in the lower chakras of lower vibrations. That's what they're trying to do because some feed off that. It is rising, it needs to rise. Apparently said it doesn't need to rise with the whole. Sorry, I just did something. I just need to plug you in. I'll get me plug. And that's just the way I think, and that is what I think is the whole there's a lot of people rising. Apparently some people said the whole world doesn't need to rise because not, you know, there'll still be some asleep, but there's enough and they know they can't stop it. It's a snowball effect, people. Like you said a while back, if it's a snowball effect. Once that snowball rolls down that hill and everyone gets caught up legs and arms as in the deep state all around the globe, you can't stop it. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and that is what's happening. And I believe the world was waking up, and there was a lot of people that knew about conspiracy theories and all this, and even Kennedy and 9/11, all the people that knew about that, but because they needed another kick up the arse, because I saw a lot of things on YouTube years ago, you know, with the spiritual side, people knew, yeah, 5D, this, that, and the other, but they needed another kick up the arse. One of the kick up the arses in the UK was Tommy, even though a lot of people are asleep to it because they've told the wrong information, for one, on mainstream media. But the kick up the arse with Q, who was bringing all the other stuff to light, that some people are awake but are not awake to some of the other stuff, you know, the rabbit holes, Alice in Wonderland and all that sort of stuff. That's bonkers. Yeah, first we're going to fix America, then we're coming for the rest of the New World Order. Exactly. Like someone said today, have you heard of Gender 21? I didn't even know she knew. I was like, yeah, but have you heard about this? So, snowball effect doesn't work. Shake them by the shoulders. But yeah, but like I said, some people think they're awake and they're not. you know, and there's deep state in many countries around the world. You've got it, you know, the Middle East, regimes are falling. That all that stuff that's happening in Saudi Arabia, all them stories that are going on there with the reporter. There's loads of stuff. And people get mixed up with, oh, it's the people of, you know, like they're going about Israel. It's not the people. People, it's the regimes in them areas. So, you know, the regimes are coming down. They've been there too long. A lot of them are brainwashed, and then they brainwash their kids, and then the kids brainwash their kids. Because if you're, especially if you're in a culture that is brainwashed and believes something's right, like we would say over here, that's not right, that's morally wrong. If you're brought up in a culture where that's okay, then that's what you're going to believe. And there are cultures out there who hate on other cultures, and it's just like, you know what? We're all just human beings at the end of the day, trying to get on. You know, most of us, even if we're told something, have good hearts all around the world, and we just want freedom for humanity and everyone to get on. As daft as that sounds, that's what I see. I don't care what people say. I just think, you know, that's how it should be. Because I don't care where you're from, what colour skin you've got. There shouldn't, like I've said before, there shouldn't be people starving. There shouldn't be people living in poverty. This, not in this day and age, but they've made it like that. I don't care what people said, they've made it like that. Soros' son said in an article that Trump was to blame for. Oh yeah, Rita said that exactly, because Soros' son. Well, we're going to listen to you. Yeah, Trump was to blame. Okay. Oh God, they just can't come up with anything decent, can they? Yeah, Saudi's running out of oil and are trying to start a new era. When Trump was just saying the other day that oil's coming back in America, Texas will be really great, and they've got loads of it, this, that, and the other. That's why I said when you listen to Trump's speeches, they're just great, just brilliant. And he's got more. He seems more calmer now. You know, normally people get offended when he was like grumpy. He's smiling a lot more now because basically we've won. Basically, they know he's just getting the rest of them, and wait till after Christmas. Oh, January. Or wait till Christmas, I should say. Wait till next month. Christmas. Oh, Christmas. Ooh. Maybe someone will be dressed up as Santa. Maybe they'll rip his beard off and it'll be you know who. George Soros didn't know we were building a case on him, and he kept going with the destabilization. I can't even say that. Destabilization. I can't even say that. Yeah, Gary, exactly. Q said ages ago, they know everything about everything. They know everything. They got everything on every country. They know who's been doing what. Blah 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 blah. And don't forget, they've been going. They haven't been going from top to bottom. To me, I think they've been going from bottom to top. You know, they're working their way up to the big guns. You know, people going about, oh, Hillary and Obama. Oh, they'll be getting the comeuppance. You know, it's all it is when people start moaning like, oh, Christmas will come early. Yeah. People start moaning, going, oh, Q said this, and oh, why hasn't this happened? I won't believe it until Hillary's behind bars. Well, at the end of the day, like I keep saying, Trump, the Q, whatever, they're doing it within the law. They have to go through all the indictments. How many indictments? How many judges have they got in? And the amount of stuff Trump's done in the space he's been in is, oh my God, has anyone ever done that? No. Meditation's brilliant. Trying to get into that more now. And yoga, because I've been waking up this week and last week. I don't know what's up. I feel like I've been on said to my dad, I feel like I've been waking up in the morning in agony and my bones are in. I feel like I've been doing exercising in the middle of the night. Like I've been working out all night, jogging or something, or lifting weights. I'm like, why do I feel like I can't move? It's really weird. So I just feel achy every morning. But yeah, meditation's great. Should be meditating more. I'll be talking about that again on my positive thingy chats. But you know, the amount of stuff he's done in the time he's done it is brilliant. But they have to do it within the law. These people. Go to the gym. I can't go to the gym. I can't. I can't. I've got stuff here. I need to either get my kettlebells or do. I think yoga needs to stretch out. Is what was I going to say then? I forgot what I was saying. What was I talking about? Santa Claus of the United States. Yeah. Santa Claus. What was I saying then? I know I need to do it just to stretch it. Ooh. What was I just saying then? I totally forgot. No, not yoga. No. When I was saying, oh, Trump, and he's done a lot, and yeah, I think that as well. Yeah, just the amount he's done. It's just brilliant in the time that he's done it in. Well, what did I say about people saying? Oh yeah, because it's got to be done within the law. Everything's got to be done within the law. These people, elites, whatever you want to call them, deep state, they've done nothing within the law. Look at Cav. All that stuff was done not in the law, within the law. How they lied and moaning for the FBI and all that. None of their stuff is done within the law because they think they're above it. Trump and all that lot are doing it within the law, so nothing can come back to it going, oh look, they did this and that was against the law and they violated this thing or that. No. That's why it's people like, you could do it quicker if you weren't doing it within the law, but he's doing it within the law, the way it should be, the proper way it should be, with the laws that were put out for the land. And someone else was talking to me today as well, the girl who said, oh, do you know about this? And, oh, I actually love Trump, but I don't talk about it at work, you know, because some people don't. I said, I know, it's hard, isn't it? I said, but at the end of the day, she went, I'm not offended by what he says. I said, no. And she went, he's a businessman. And I went, exactly what I've been saying. America needed a businessman because it's the corporations and that have took over. So he's not the other side of a flip coin of everyone says, oh, well, all politicians are the same. He's not a politician. He's a businessman. And that's why they needed him to come in to sort America out, because they needed a businessman, because that's how they've took the country down. And he's a good businessman, knows what he's doing and knows how all those elites, those cabal work. That's why people say, oh, well, he knew the Clintons before he was a celebrity. Yeah, because it's that saying, as I keep saying, keep your friends closer and your enemies closer. If you don't believe me, go and watch the series on Netflix called The American Dream, Trump, The American Dream, about people who liked him and didn't. Very clever man. Watch that and you think, I can see what he was doing. For a few years, kept saying, I might run, but it's not time yet. Yeah, Oprah Winfrey, yeah, I might run, but I don't think so. But I don't think it's time yet. No, it was time this time. Had to be the right time. Don't know if it was to do with the planets being aligned and all that sort of stuff, if you believe in it, but it was the right time. Yeah, but it had to be the right time. He knew what's going on. Very clever. But that all goes back to Kennedy, when he was president, and what he knew. Why was he going to smash the FBI or the CIA? Or why was he going to smash it into 1,000 pieces, or whatever the word was that he said? Why? What was he trying to tell the world? And then they killed him. Why? What was that? I watched a video last night where dies Elton John's. Yeah, the time was planned between him and JFK Jr. Of course it was. Consciousness is massive. The Greys, exactly. That's what I think. I'm going for that book again. I can see it. Like I said, I love reading this out, so I will freaking read it out again. 59 on chat. I've got 57. It'll be totally different when I get off. So I'm going to read it out. I always say I won't interrupt it, but I won't. So if you're saying anything now, because I can't watch chat, but here it goes. I love this. What's that, Dad? Has my dad just quoted something? I can't see. But I love this. Die was a fairy tale. Do you know what? I've seen something on Die, and I was a bit like, what? Well, when people don't think I'm a nutcase. Right, I'm going to read it out because I just love reading it out. And another day I will have to read my Q pouring out. But I'm going to read it out. Some people might not have heard this, but listen to who you think's saying it. The way the words are, as I always say, it isn't spelled wrong. It's the way it was written. So, in 1909, we lost everything. My father caught on, first to the Bilderbergs, then he caught on the NASA. He demanded to know who the Greys were and why they were here. They killed him. I strategically staged my own death, allied with the one person in this world whom I knew was honourable enough to trust and begin to build the plan. Penance is coming. Regardless of what you think, you are not yet awake. You do not know how deep this goes. If you knew, you would never sleep. Many of you would never go on. You need each other. You need every one of you. Learn to play nice with each other or be left behind. If one stumbles, pick them up. If one asks a question, give them the answer. This is what I was saying before. Give the answer. This is how we grow. There's no more room in the plan for arrogance and self-importance. If you turn one away, you've hurt the plan. If you hurt the plan, you'll be left behind. We are watching. We see all. There are no secrets. You would never believe the files kept on every one of you. For that matter, you would never believe where they are kept. Prepare for the next phase. Prepare each other. You are one, and where we go one, we go all. Ah, not Q. Ah, this is on the chance. Ah, who's R? We know who R is. What's 1 and 2? We know who R is. JFK Jr. What's the numbers? What's the numbers? Am I missing something? Yeah, where we go one way wall. I see that as JFK Jr. saying it. I strategically planned my own death with the one person in the world I could trust. Who's that? I think it's her POTUS. Oh. That was, I don't think it was a Q-post. I think it was someone found it on the chan. But when you look at it, you think, and it was signed R, not Q. And it was like, because there are a lot out there, but it was like, does make sense out there, doesn't it? You know. Well, I believe we will find out. We are beginning to find out. We've found some stuff out. But the JFK Jr. thing, it's out there plain as day. Oh my God. At the Trump rallies, talked about this months ago. A lot more people are reporting on JFK Jr. now. Even Claude O'Connor said he wouldn't talk about this. A lot more people are talking about it now. I still say yes, I believe. Don't do a lot on the rallies because I feel it. You can see it's him and his wife and his sister and family, and it's all there for you to see if you actually go checking the bloody Trump rallies in his little disguises. It's all there, you know. Was on it months ago, still believing in it. Can't not say it's not true because that's JFK Jr. Q, the plan to save the world, the video, and the ones after. It's JFK Jr.'s voice. Someone said the other day, text me, went, oh my God, the voice sounds like, and lots of people are doing videos and that. I said, I know, you can tell it's him. Even the way he'd say something, it's him. Just reading a bit of text. Nordic, yes, did you see? They will use Project Bluebeam. Yeah, because I'm wondering, Project Bluebeam, too many things that match the JFK Jr. We can't tell them coming. Exactly. A lot of, if you're onto Q, you don't have to be onto Q, but if you've seen a lot of Q drops, a lot of it references JFK Jr. or JFK. One of the biggest things in the Q drops is always where we go one we go all. The where we go one we go all, that slogan or whatever it's called, is actually off the Kennedy Bell. Their bell on the Kennedy Bell says, where we go one we go all. It's the Kennedy Bell. Hence, referencing the Kennedys again. And you can do numerology and a lot of things in the cube, and it will come up to R, which is 18, which is JFK Jr. A lot of things. Even boom comes up to 18. Where we go 1 adds up to 18. R. They know all about that, but if you've actually seen the rallies on JFK Jr. and what people are saying, you can actually see it's in matching hands up and everything. Oh my God. He was buried at sea. Come on. There are no coincidences. Exactly. You do enough on it, and it's like, and the biggest thing is, well, why? Well, why? Well, why? Yeah, math. Exactly, that was said. How many coincidences until it is mathematically impossible? And the reason why is because my birthday, 17, is at the end of the day, JFK Jr. comes to the masses who are still asleep and comes out properly fully, even though we've seen him. It's like he will unite America. Full stop. That's the biggest thing. He will unite the Democrats. He will unite America and unite the world because everyone will want to know the story. Why? The biggest story ever told. The greatest story ever told. Yeah, when conspiracy comes fact. Exactly. Vincent is JFK Jr. Yes, he is. I know there's a decoy out there, and Vincent Vuska, the name means conquering darkness. Hello. Light to dark. Coincidence, if you know what I'm talking about. Cremated Catholic. Yeah, cremated Catholic do not cremate. The Catholics, they don't cremate, so he wasn't cremated at sea. He wasn't cremated anyway because he's alive. The question asked was, is JFK Jr. real? Oh yeah, someone asked, is JFK Jr. real or fake? The answer was, there is only Q. That does not answer the question. Exactly, people go, they've commented on my videos and gone, yeah, but Q said, you're just taking it away from the movement. Q said there's only Q. Yeah. He didn't say there's no R. He didn't say JFK Jr. is not real. Like my dad says, the question asked if JFK Jr. is real or fake. The answer was, there is only Q. JFK Jr. is part of Q, but we know it's a team, it's not one person anyway. He didn't say, no, JFK Jr. He could have said, he asked, is JFK Jr. real or fake? He didn't say no. He didn't say anything. He just said there's only one Q. That doesn't mean anything. That's not said that JFK Jr. is not real or he's not alive. That's just said there is only Q. He is part of the Q team. He could have easily turned around and said, yeah, there needs to be disinformation too. Yeah, he could have easily turned around and said, JFK Jr. is not alive. It's untrue. But he didn't, did he? So all the people who are going, oh, well, he said this. He didn't say anything. Fact. Q plus a team of less than 10. Yep. Who's it? Military, Trump, JFK Jr. If he was buried at sea, why would he have a burial site? And has anyone seen the actual burial site, memorial, whatever you call it, from the aerial view? It's a Q. I mean, is that just a coincidence? It's a massive Q shape. Remains buried at sea. How many family members present on the ship? 17 family members. 17 people. What letter in the alphabet is that? Is it a coincidence? I even said to my dad the other day, with all this stuff going on, there must be some sort of alien in helping. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just, some of it, you're just like, how did they do all this? I know the plan's been in the plan for years. Because someone said the other day on here, because apparently it's the anniversary on Sunday, birthday, so I will be doing a live stream on Sunday for Q. Someone said, oh, it's only a year. No, it's not a year. The plan's been in place. It's a year Q dropped the breadcrumbs. It's been in place for years. Some people might say 19 years for JFK Jr. Probably a little bit before that, because I think he would have planned that out a little bit before his fake death, fake plane crash, because he's known all this time since he's been growing up. The stories about his dad, why his dad got killed. His mum married into a family. I think they were a bit mob-fied, wouldn't it? They'd have known. They know all the stories. He would have known all this. He's seen what's happened to his family. People in his family have been assassinated, at least 6. I think he knew that if he stepped for president, what would happen to him, because as well, when she won, she never thought she'd lose, she lost. They don't want someone who America loves and was a normal person and talked openly and lovingly in the way he did. And I don't care if people say, oh, well, them families are from them sort of families, the bloodlines. Yeah, but it doesn't just mean because you're from a bloodline, we might all find out we're from some sort of bloodline that people are classed as evil. It doesn't mean you have to follow suit with the way your family were, because some people do break away from those sort of those ways, because I'm not saying all the Kennedys in the past were absolutely angels, but I believed in the end they wanted things for the people. Like Trump's wanted the power back to the people. You know, they could see, you know, we're all the same at the end of the day. There's too many people out there thinking they're above people, thinking just because they're rich or they've got certain bloodlines, they're better than other people. No, you're not. We're all from one, therefore we're all the same. You know what I mean? That's what I believe, anyway. So what are people saying in chat? Oh, me, I just talk about, well, a lot of random things, but at the minute it's a lot about the Q movement and random things, just because that's what's, you know, going on at the minute around the world, you know, Matrix. The Matrix that we live in. And when this is over, I'll still be talking about whatever I want to talk about. Most of it is positivity. That's what I want to put out, because that's what I believe we all need. Right, what's the not Muslim, it's a Hindu thing? What's going on? I don't know what we're talking about. What's a Hindu thing? Oh, everyone's getting confused with everything. Well, I know in India, you know, there's things that go on over there that goes on in the world, but like I said, it's the regime, you know. You know, it's the regimes in different countries. People know there's bad things going on around the globe, and I think people from different countries, see, they think people don't know because they put things out on the news, and because a lot of sheep will watch the news, they believe other stuff. You know that other people in other countries know damn well what's going on in their countries and stuff like that. They know it's not like when people look to America going, oh, they're all bad, or those in that countries are all bad. No, it's not. We're not all bad. It's the regimes that are controlling the people. It's not a lot of people around the globe, good people, just want peace for everybody. Like I said, they just want freedom for humanity. They want everyone to be equal. That's why I believe there's certain things going on in certain countries with certain cultures and stuff like that where they've come from war-torn countries, but some haven't because some are funded by Soros and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not going into it. But I do believe some people who've come into certain countries for money thinking they can not work and get money, or the real people from war-torn countries, the real people that are fleeing from war-torn countries, will end up, when the world, you know, is starting to get sorted out, will end up going back to the countries, not because people are like, oh, they're immigrants, migrant, whatever, oh, this, that, and the other. It's because they fled the countries really because they were war-torn and they could see what was going on. But in the end, I believe when them countries can build their countries back up, a lot of people will want to go back home, not because we're going, go home, it's because they want to go back home to rebuild their countries, if you get what I'm saying. So their countries can be better again. It's just because certain countries are under a regime, some have gone to other countries because they're scared, but they will, I think a lot will go back to their own countries because it's not because they didn't love them, they were just under a certain regime and they want to go back home, but they couldn't, you know, with certain regimes in certain countries. But where they're all getting torn down, people will return to help, like what I was saying earlier on, help build up their own countries, help their communities and help the people around. So in the end, I do believe, I don't care what people say, in the end there will be not a new world order, just a new world of people rebuilding, helping each other, getting back to that connection with real people. You know, like I said, the internet's brilliant, it connects us, which is great, and I don't know what will go on with certain stuff because a lot of things are frying us people, because I was watching something about that. But Bin Laden was kept in Iran by, yeah, there's loads of stuff that it was lied about, and Gaddafi knew certain stuff. Gaddafi knew about Kennedy, all this stuff, and what they did to him, and Benghazi, and all that stuff. We know all about that. It's bloody bonkers. And when the sheep will find out, they'll be like, but I met a Syrian family and they missed their home. That's what I mean. There's a lot of, I mean, some people have come over because of certain stuff, you know, agendas. Some people come over because of war-torn countries, so they have come and they've got no choice. But I believe in the end, some people will want to go back, not because they're saying, oh, people are racist, they want us to go back. No, because they want to live in their own countries, but they can't because of certain regimes. So in the end, like I said, I think there'll be a world that, you know, we'll have to work at it, but they'll want to work at helping their country and helping their communities build it back up. And everywhere, never mind, America can be great again. Everywhere can be great again, the way it should be. Big dream, but that's what I believe. In Denmark, we just have the royal family and a lot of Freemasons. Well, we know about the Freemasons and the royal family. I'm not saying everyone in the Freemasons. A lot at the bottom don't know. Scottish Freemasons as well. Isn't there the royals over? I was saying to my friend today, I said, ooh, when you were watching the royal wedding, and I went round and said, what have you got this on for? And she went, oh, I just wanted to see a dress. I went, what have you got this on for? A wedding you didn't get even invited to, but we have to pay for it. I said, if you knew about the royals, you wouldn't be watching them. You wouldn't even want to talk about them. Because, you know, I've never been into them anyway. Because a lot of people will say, especially in America, oh, do you like the royals? You know, quite a few who are asleep. I'm like, no, I never have done. Never been into them. You know, they're putting Harry on the news at the minute. Oh, look at Harry playing with the kids with the baby. I'm like, right. You just play your little part, you know, your little parts, and let her be the new princess, and let's all have the fairy tales put out to the kids, you know. All right then. And then look at the sort of people that unite, like Jim will fix it, Jimmy Savile. Yeah, all right then. And all them sort of people. Reminds me of the child catcher out of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I used to love that film. You know, the child catcher. Come on, children. Lollipops, lollipops. Like, yeah, that's what I mean. When people say, oh, people are asleep. Well, when you find out some stuff that people think's right outside the box, like, have you gone mad? It's like, you know, when David Icke talks about stuff, and he's still talking today, it's a bit like, go and listen to what he was saying years ago. Some of it you might not believe, you know, when he goes on about reptilians, but you want to go and do some digging on that. Go and listen to some of his stuff. That might open your eyes. A prediction from the past says after this there is one royal rule left in the world. What, JFK Jr.? Whoop, whoop. Oh yeah, amazing how they bury I can't say it. Bin Laden at sea, too very telling. Yeah, exactly. Oh, we've buried him at sea. Oh yeah, Princess Eugenie is its wedding. I didn't watch that. Pfft. New husband chosen by the Queen. Yeah, they all get chosen. It's like Harry and what's her face? Whatever her name is. I don't know who. She was chosen. She's from a bloodline. She's not just somebody, oh, I had this dream and I used to like Princess Diana and oh, yeah, no. You're from a bloodline family. You were chosen. You were probably known for ages. That's who he was marrying. Whatever, anyway. Our queen should not be our queen. There is a brother who was locked away. Exactly. The royals. So, see, some people are really, you know, oh, let's get our flag out. Oh, they're, you know, really into and buying all the stuff. I'm like, never really bothered me. What have they done? Where's that family from, anyway? In Germany. There is nothing royal about Harry. His father is James Hewitt. Exactly. So he's probably brainwashed, but couldn't he be good? Because his dad's James Hewitt. We all know. Look at him. He's a spitting image. Spitting image. You know, people might laugh about that. It's like, get a picture and put it next to each other. Yeah, Germany, exactly. They changed the names so they sounded less German. You know, like the Windsors or whatever. They changed all that. And her coronation was done on the wrong stuff. Yeah, and it's just mad. That's why I laughed when Trump came over here and met the Queen. And all the papers and that were like, oh, Trump's so rude. He stood in front of the Queen, and oh, it's really rude. You know, he shouldn't have stood in front of her. Oh yeah, he should have done because it was checkmate. He was telling her checkmate. Oh, does she love the royal family? See, it's funny because you'll get some generations, especially the old ones, that, you know, they just love it. And some people you just can't tell. I was talking about someone today about this generations, and like some people have always been that generation for years, you know, they watch the news and they always buy the paper in the morning. You'll never get them off that. And if you're still buying your papers, people, just don't. If you're still watching the news, don't. If you're still watching telly, just don't. Do you know of? Yes, I do know about Aslan's Army. I've seen a lot of people telling me not to follow him. They're on Facebook, but I don't follow him on Facebook. I know about British Fight and all that. I've heard people saying about Aslan's that this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, they and British Fight follow Q. So really, they're just waiting for stuff off Q. I mean, I'm on their Twitter, but I tend to look at more other people. But yeah, they are hopefully on the same fight. They are following Q. Who loves Trump? Me. I love Trump. I'll say it. Soldier. I'm not from there, but one family to rule forever is crazy. Yeah. People get offended by Trump because he says this, that and the other. When you actually look, he's actually talking the truth, and that's what we need. If you're watching mainstream media, they just put out crap about him all the time. And if you've noticed, every channel in the world slate Trump, apart from really Fox, because we know there's goodies on the Fox side, which they'll be the ones reporting in the end. That's why he calls fake news fake news. Every country in the world is against, every mainstream media is against Trump. Why? Whoa, because they didn't want him to win, did they? And they also put out the status thing of what the stats or whatever you call it when she lost, saying it was only say like a couple of numbers out when she lost. No, it wasn't. The margin was massive, but they're not going to put that on mainstream media. It's like when you see a Trump rally now. Have you seen how many people are there? And outside. You go and look at Hillary's and they'll just make out that she had loads when she really didn't. And Obama's, they don't have that. And they used to never pan out. They have started now. They used to never pan out on mainstream media how many people were at the Trump rally because they didn't want you to know. But if they saw like empty seats because someone had gone to the toilet, that's what they'd focus in on. Like, oh, there's not a lot of people here, is there? It's like, what? Yeah, the margin was massive. Exactly, even with illegal voting. The margin was massive, but they won't tell you that on mainstream media because they want you to think that it was only slight and it was massive. Trump won the popular vote by 3 million votes after the... Exactly. Oh, nothing but gossip. Oh, little Patrick troll there, dwelling under the bridge. Gotta get him in, ain't you? Obviously, he isn't a Trump supporter. If he's in America, he's probably a Democrat. But when you start talking about Trump and things like that people don't like, that's when the bridge dwellers come in. I'm going to do a card anyway before we go. We don't care what people say, because you'll be seeing the truth very soon. Oh yeah, I'm looking at movies like Game of Thrones. Well, when you look at that opens your eyes. I go to sleep to get peace. Oh my God. Mind, I still have a TV. Well, yeah, but when you look at things like Game of Thrones, that you're like, they put things out in films. Build the wall. Yeah, build one everywhere. Trump is the best thing to happen to the USA. He's the best thing that happened to the world. Someone who actually had the balls to stand up against the cabal and telling them what's what and telling them that basically they've lost. Yeah, doing it for all of us. I think he's been on here before. When you start talking the truth, that's how you know when you get a couple in. I only get a couple. Or the Trump haters because they don't understand. Yeah, Trump. The thing is, that's the thing with today. Everyone gets offended by everything. It's like, frigging hell, he's telling you the truth, even as a laugh. He was talking about his hair on the Trump rally the other day, saying, oh, you all thought it was a toupee because someone said, I love your hair. And he went, when it's windy, you can see my hair. It's not. He's always had his hairstyle like that. He brushes it like that. I was telling someone this before. It's not. It's his hair. That's the way he likes it. So what? He was taking the mick out of himself, which is good. You should take the mick out yourself, and he was. Oh, I love Trump. People can't tell people at work because, you're not a Trump supporter, or that work might not be a Trump supporter. I mean, this is in the UK anyway, but we have that over here with Trump and that. When they got the big balloon in the UK, the big balloon, it wasn't a big balloon. The car balloon was bigger than the Trump balloon. Trump is heaven sent. Do you know what I mean? He's someone who stood up against the cabal because they've needed someone to stand up for years, because people have tried to stand up. Kennedy, people before, even Reagan tried to say something. I'm not saying they were all brilliantly good. Stormy Daniels. Yeah, the horse's ass. Stormy Daniels. Fake news, people. Oh, but Trump did this. No, he didn't. Trying to chuck it out there like Kavanaugh, didn't they? Oh, there's a Trump rally tonight. Oh, I'll probably catch it tomorrow. But I just love watching the Trump rallies. If you can't, even if you don't like him, telling me you can't watch it and think, do you know what? He's funny. He stands up. Oh, Hillary Clinton. All them lot. Oh, no. He stands up. He says it like it is. He's not bothered what he says. He says it like it is. Like, we need to be told. And that's that. So it's like, and everyone's offended. Well, be offended then. Be offended that he's bringing jobs back for Hispanics and this, that and the other. Be offended that he's bringing back farmers back. Be offended that he's cutting taxes. Be offended. What are you talking about? Offended? He's bringing all that back that they tried to rip down, and that'll go globally as well because the deep state's everywhere. And he's done that in the time he's been in more than any other president for ages. And his charts are like this. And then Obama stands there trying to take all that off Trump, saying it's what he did. No, mate, you brought it down. So I don't have to stop shouting. I'm passionate about what I talk about. Don't like it, get off and stop dwelling under a bridge. Don't listen then. If I want to shout on here, I'll shout. Thank you very much. I'm in one of their moods tonight for telling people. You're not a Trump supporter? Switch the sound down then. I get a bit loud when I get, passionate, but if you don't like it, get off. Or are you a Democrat? Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Trump's mother was Scottish, exactly. So he has a bit of a, we have our allies, I don't care. Officer Brown. Good name. Officer Brown. Jesus. Thanks, Dad. Officer Brown. Oh, if I'm an old lady, what are you, a young boy? Oh, keyboard warriors. I am not in one of their moods today. I'm in a good mood, but I'm not in one of their moods for silly little bridge dwellers, you know what I mean? If I want to shout on my channel, I'll shout on my channel, because guess what? It's my channel. The more you tell me not to shout, I'll shout. Many trolls tonight. I don't know why that could be. Is it because I'm talking about Trumpster? The Trump Meister? The Trump Troller? The Great Troller? Oh, yes. Well, you must support me because you're on here commenting, and every time you comment, when I chuck you off in your comment, you're putting a view on my channel, so well done. So yes, you do support me whether you like it or not. There you go. A bit like people who say they don't support Q, but they support Trump. That's a bit like, do you not know? You don't support Q, you don't believe it, but you support Trump. Should I tell them? Should I tell the people who don't support Q, don't support Q, but I support Trump? Guess what? You are supporting Q because Trump's part of Q. More like JFK Jr., yeah. No, I'm not old. But that's what they want. Well, I might be old compared to that. I might be a child, I don't know. Shout, Dolly, the trolls can't get you. Like I said, they can't get me anyway because it's my channel and I talk about what I want to talk about. And if I get a bit irate and a bit shouty, that's my passion coming out. A bit like Kavanaugh when he was getting a bit, because he was passionate about what he was saying. New York cop, do one. Yeah, probably is a New York cop. Bit of a funny name, that, isn't it? We know about some coppers. Not all coppers, but some of them. Not good. Getting triggered because I've mentioned Trump. Oh, the card that I pull out is, are you ready for it? It is back to front. The big picture. Lovely picture. The world. Looks like celestial help there. Energies, Oh, potential gateway. Heart in the middle. Boom, exactly in the last one. Contemplation. Funny enough, though, the first one that gets pulled out, looks like a new earth. Things are growing. Positivity. The big picture. The big picture's here, people. Don't care about can't even say it. Bridge dwellers, you know what I mean? Couldn't care less. You will not bring me down off my positivity into a lower energy so you can feed off it, because I don't work like that. I won't go off here thinking, oh my God, someone told me to stop shouting. Someone told me to not do this. Someone told me to not do that. I'll just be sat there thinking, it's not your reality then, is it? It's my reality. I see it's a lot of other people's reality on here. The people that come in a lot that are great. patriots and care about people and have passion and I should say have compassion, empathy and love towards other people, especially if you've been through stuff before and you don't want that for other people. I don't know what's wrong with that, but like you're saying, you have someone talking about positivity and then you have people trying to bring you down. You won't bring me down because I don't work like that. I look at things different. Small things make me happy. It's not materialistic things that make me happy. So I'm 43. Yeah, so what would I be? Well, I'd be 41 or 14. So, you know, but it's funny. Trump will hold 10 more rallies. Ooh, I'll probably see it tomorrow. What are your numbers now? I've got 52 watching, which I know as soon as I get off here it'll be totally different, and 28 thumbs up. What's everyone else got? I'd just like to see what people have got. I wonder if Trump has Nordic blonde hair. Well, I do wonder, and you know what? Going off track, thinking outside the box, I actually think that FLOTUS looks a bit like Palladian-ish, I think. And she talks like so many different languages, doesn't she? People say she's stupid when she talks about, what is it, 7 to 10 different languages. 51, yeah, that's what I see at the minute. Going down now, I've mentioned it, but it'll be different. 31, 32, thumbs up. It'll be different. As soon as I get off here, it'll be different. You know what I mean? How I would envision, I know this sounds bonkers, a Palladian. She looks like one. Like the eyes a little bit slim face. She just looks like one. Yeah, she looks like very alien-esque, if you know what I mean. And there was that story about, if anyone's heard that story about Palladian guidance with either a military high guy up or the President of the United States, which just makes me think, this is getting weird. Michigan State has the best native archive. So, like I said, I might be on tomorrow. I'm not sure. What day is it? Wednesday? I might be on tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm trying to have a rest and, you know, waiting for big booms to happen and stuff. But then again, you know, if I feel like coming on and talking, I will. I won't be put off. But definitely not Friday because I've got friends coming around. But definitely might be some coffee chats on Saturday, but definitely Sunday because we know it's the anniversary on Sunday of you know who. Oh, she's amazeballs. You know, they call her as well. They're just disgusting, these people. Oh, she can't say this properly. Oh, she's not intelligent. Okay, she speaks about 10 different languages. What you're talking about. She's a very put together lady, lovely lady. Do you know what I mean? She's not doing the stuff that Hillary Clinton's doing and all the others, is she? No, very lovely lady. And when she goes to see children, not all this fake shit of like, oh, look at me with the children. When she, you know, oh, look at me with the children, Hillary Clinton. Oh, look at me with the Children Foundation. Really? When she goes to see children, it's about the children. It's about helping the children. All the lies they said about the trafficking and the holding things that they had, you know, yeah, because that was under Obama's, you know, when he was in the House. Not Trump's. Trump was trying to turn it around. That's what it was. When they're looking at kids and she's going looking at kids in Africa and everywhere else, she's meaning what she says, not being all fake, pretending for the cameras, for the you know, the little projection they want to put out, like they do with celebrities and all that when they've gone over, you know, with the UN. We know what the UN are, believe it or not. We know. You can't tell people any different. Unlike Michael Michael. Oh my God, yeah, Big Mike, you know, Big Mike out there. Why can't you tell the truth about that, you know? Mind you, she did, didn't she? Who tried to tell the truth on that? Joan Rivers. What happened there? So I'm going to go because we've had a bit of a chitty chat. Had a few bridge dwellers in, but what do you expect? I don't get that many. You know, I just think where you're talking about this sort of stuff, you will get people in because some are not into it, some don't like it, some are brainwashed. But yeah, I've seen people in the caravan handcuffed to each other. What's up with that? Probably getting chucked out because we know it ain't going to happen and it's not the plan's not going to work. Clinton Foundation hated child trafficking. Laura Silsby? Check it out. Yeah, if anyone's not looked into that, look at Clinton Foundation hated child trafficking. Laura Silsby, which got caught for trying to traffic the child over the borders. But you know, Hillary, what was it? Clinton Foundation trying to help kids. They weren't trying to help kids like you think they were. Thanks for the company. Thank you. Thanks for all you. Thanks, Tapper77. Thanks for all. It is sickening. That's why I said you get people in going on about stuff, and it's like, well, you must be batting for the team that like child trafficking and all that sort of stuff because you're in here trying to tell me it's not true, and it is. Thank you. So, where we go one week, well, I will be back soon. I'm not saying everyone's a troll. Maybe they're just saying things. Texts have said look different to speaking to someone properly. So if I have said you're a troll and you're not, fair enough. But whatever, it looks different. At the end of the day, I'm going to get them in. Some are brainwashed anyway. So what all they might think I am, I'm not really bothered at the end of the day. Like I said, if it all turns out to be fake, not true, I will come on in the end when all this is over. Don't know when that'll be. And say, oh God, it was a fun time we had though, wasn't it? But at the minute, I believe everything. So keep on trucking, people. Keep on researching. Thank you. Keep your positivity up, no matter about the haters, because it is hard to even talk about this to some people, because people in your family or friends or people at work, sometimes you can't mention things because people are scared. Like a girl said today, she can't mention it at work because people are opposed to it. People get fired about this sort of stuff. It is pathetic because you can't have your own opinion. But that's why we come on here. Maybe some of us don't have the same opinions on some stuff, but we're all sort of on the same sort of wavelength with something. I live 18 miles away from... Ooh, no. Ooh. Yeah, the truth will prevail. The thing is, the truth always comes out, and even if it's took this long for the truth to come out, the truth always finds a way. And so does good, really. That's what I believe in. Positivity is the right way to be. Get meditating, people. Just try and keep up in the positive realms and just don't let the haters feed. Don't let them bring you down. If you believe in something strongly, believe it till you find evidence that it's wrong. If you believe in it and you know it's right, and mainly feels right, not always thinking it's right, feels right, you're normally on the right track, But I believe we're on the right track. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye. Oh, I can never get off this thing.